Live from the Loki studio for this Thursday, the 25th of July, it's Back Pocket. Brought to you as always by our young and hip Back Pocketeer patrons. This week starring Gus Ronald, Peter Burns.
What a brat.
Yeah. You're so with it. You're
I'm
so
Peter over there. I'm sorry.
Ruby Innes.
We want to hear what Jessica
Oh my
learned
God,
about in
be
the
quiet.
special.
We have to get to the next segment.
Let's do it.
And Josh.
Thank goodness you are here. That's genius, Peter.
Oh.
And behind the scenes, it's Will and Ben. This week on the show, Josh space scams us and we become blathering messes. Now get ready, it's time for Back Pocket!
Just let me finish. I'm almost on the last fight.
Still going.
You're
on his
introing.
third
I
cat.
know. I'm almost done.
Yeah, and then he can.
There we go. Sorted. Hello, welcome to Back Pocket. It's Thursday. You're at home. We're in the studio, and we're doing a show for you. Fuck.
That's what happens when you eat 3 cakes before the show.
Hey, it was my birthday yesterday. And
Happy birthday, Gus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Happy birthday.
Josh, what the heck are you doing down here? Welcome to the show, buddy. But if you're here, then who's what? Huh?
Can you go to the camera upstairs?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I
can
can. Josh, wave.
Holy fuck!
He's up there. He's fine.
He's there.
Fine. He's fine.
Oh my god!
You still alright up there, mate? Running the show while you're also down here? Is that okay?
Oh,
Oh, he's...
pay attention, buddy. Come on, man.
Hi, Josh.
Was this a bit?
What do you mean?
Did we know this was a bit?
No,
I did not know.
He
this
did a
was
great
didn't
bit.
know about that.
And you're not yes-ending it. You're shutting it down.
I'm yes ending. I can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
sorry,
cool.
Josh upstairs.
it's a
as
good
well.
bit.
I didn't mean that.
Come on, mate.
Oh my
all right,
god,
all
the
right, all right.
attitude.
I'm sorry.
When did you record those?
So are you... Which
I recorded them
You're
last.
ruining the bit,
I
Peter.
recorded them last night before we left.
Amazing.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
That's so good.
So
That's
which one's the good one and which one's the evil one?
We'll find out by the end of the episode.
Who knows?
It's nice to have you down here with us, buddy.
Thank you.
It's not that far, but it's very different to have you here.
Yeah.
And we've got some fun things planned. I mean, you clearly had some fun things planned, but
There might be some more later on. We'll see
we
how
might
we
get
go.
creative.
Yeah,
Who
love
knows?
is surprise.
This is a good time to point out that you would have watched last year. We all know that Nick Belling is a wonderful producer of entertainment. But Nick and Josh collaborated last year on the murder mystery special.
We did, yeah.
And while Nicrotex is all over that, you cannot deny the amount of producing that Josh put into that as well. He's got a producer's brain for damn sure. He's made a bunch of esports programs. And it's never a surprise when he surprises us.
Compliment sandwich.
Except when it is a surprise.
I've never been surprised by you. How surprising you are.
I you should be proud. I kept that one secret. I
That
didn't
is
tell
so
any.
good. It was
None of
good.
them knew.
That was going to be my middle part of the compliment boss sandwich. Is that I'm so surprised that you
Compliment
managed.
boss sandwich.
Well, I get to say the negative.
We
Oh,
don't have an
okay.
HR
Yes,
department,
no,
so
yeah,
we're
that's
allowed to
fine.
boss sandwich
Yeah.
That's what we do.
any of our employees.
Boss sandwich.
I just couldn't believe you are so good at being creative, but terrible at keeping like something. Under
I
wraps.
usually am because I just get excited.
This is from the fucking spoiler guy.
This from me
That's true. That's
says
true.
a lot,
Yeah.
but it's always good because you're so happy about the thing you want to show us
Yeah.
that you have to spoil it in that sense. Whereas I just
Usually proud because it took a lot of work, but that one wasn't that much work. It's not.
I don't know.
yeah,
it's
like
alright.
some of your laziest work, I would say.
I would say so as well. Yeah.
isn't that right, Josh upstairs? Is that some of your laziest work?
Oh,
I
that's
was
the
saying
same
that
one.
one before.
Oh no,
He's still.
he's
yeah.
way more bored now than he was
Yeah.
before.
He's bored up there.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Ruby, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
fair
I'm good.
enough.
I'm good. I'm freaking just the busiest woman alive.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, have like a bunch of stuff I'm doing outside of work, which is tiring me out.
Did
But
we approve this? We boss sandwich this?
oh no, it's
didn't
like
have to
it's like
sandwich that.
secret exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Like I can't say anything about it, but like
Let Josh.
I will say I'm working on
No, I
something.
can't say anything about it either. I know what you're talking about though. It's very
Yeah,
exciting.
I'm working on something super, super cool that's like been, as I think I said online, it's been like a lifelong dream of mine to do. And so to be working on it right now, I'm really, really excited about, and I can't wait till I'm done so then everybody can see it.
When's that?
Don't know.
Later.
It's
You
a
almost said
it's a
it.
slow
It's
burn
the-
one.
It's the Return of the Apollo missions.
Ooh.
The Return of the Apollo.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
going-
it-
She's been
Ruby's
working
gonna-
really hard on it.
Ruby's gonna get them right this time.
Yeah.
Their problem was
They
that they
needed
didn't
13
actually go to the
times,
moon.
and they still fucked it up.
I couldn't get it right.
Houston?
We have a Ruby.
Yeah, I think what they were missing was just a big bitch that really wants to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they coming back? Like, I know,
Yeah.
outside of this joke. Outside
Not,
of this
not
I came
Apollo.
back.
No,
not,
not
not,
I thought we were.
missions.
Yeah.
I thought we were landing on the moon.
No, Artemis is, yeah. Artemis is what it's called now. The Artemis
When's-
missions are going to happen in the next 5 or 6
I
years.
thought it was
putting me
this
up
year,
there.
potentially next year. But you're
Is this
The first
because of
manned-
Andy Weir?
Maybe.
That book was not great.
No, I
No, he
didn't
wrote
like
one
it.
called Artemis
Yeah,
Project, and it was about a
after.
satellite.
Yeah.
was
All I
like a
remember
space
is
station. On the moon.
The Martian and give it a big kick. No,
Give it a
pass
kick.
it to me.
Project Hail Mary.
Oh my god.
I mean, it technically made sense. We need to replace that chair.
We really do.
That is fucked.
We'll be fine.
Hello, Barry the Robot. One of our
Hey.
newest gold members on the
Oh,
Patreon.
really?
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Champion
And
of
champion.
Welcome,
last
buddy.
week's stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have a stream last week in the studio. If you caught that, I ran a tournament, a Fall Guys tournament, which is a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone who came along. A massive thank you to Evil Spy Boy who put together the little prize that is now being sent to Barry the Robot. We had a crown, 3D printed back pocket Fall Guys tournament crown. It was a great success. We almost sent it internationally. That is all I will say. But a whole bunch of great friends helped me out on the stream.
That's
Yeah.
Madonna.
Yeah, it was great. It went really, really well.
Yeah.
I want to do another tournament like that. We just need to find the
Yeah.
right games that work for it. Fall Guys is a fucking great game, though. Like, I forgot how much fun it is.
Yeah.
It is just dumb fun.
We're in like a games are so disposable now. You know, you used to get a game and you would play it all year. And now something can be fucking brilliant, and it gets a few months in the limelight and disappears. And it's like it's so hard for it to stay relevant,
stick, yeah.
unless Epic buys it.
Or it's like League of Legends and people have thousands and thousands
Yeah,
of hours.
of
Or the
and dollars
inferior,
invested in it.
or the
What's the,
inferior version of League of Legends. Dota 2,
What's that new
yeah.
shooter that's being developed by COD? Halo, starts with C, had a closed
Concord.
beta. Concord? It has
It did-
hundreds
Oh,
of people
yeah.
playing.
It
It's in
didn't
closed
do very
beta, but it
well,
got
which
a
is a
couple of
bummer.
hundred people playing.
But my friends, my best friend / wife Claudia, she played it, and she was like the design of it visually is beautiful. Like because she's a costume designer, she's like the silhouettes and the costumes and just the character designs are so fantastic. And for her, it kind of made up for the fact that the game
Apparently the
was a little
shooting's
bummed.
good and all that. It's
Yeah.
it's coming out of closed beta, so there will be an open one that we'll play and talk about on the show. But yeah, that was just recently. They were saying how few people were playing the closed beta, even though when you got pre-ordered, you got 5 beta codes to give to people. And just speaking to your point of like, it has to hit the ground running, and it's like that game is going to potentially be like flash in the pan here and there. Yeah, it's gone.
Dead in the water.
Or the next back pocket tournament game. Who knows?
It all fell apart
be.
with Brink.
Man, I miss Brink.
What was Brink?
No,
I
I
don't know
mean-
Brink.
Brink was a parkour shooter.
It was by Splash Damage, who they made the Wolfenstein, Return to Castle Wolfenstein,
I remember that.
enemy territory shoot like PvP mod,
Yeah, right.
and which went fucking hard.
Cool.
I miss Shadowrun, the shooter.
Oh yeah,
That was a massive.
I miss
favorite.
Shadow Man.
Okay.
Who's
fair
Shadow
enough.
Man?
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah, okay.
He was a,
I was
he
behind you.
This with someone.
was a comic book guy who then did an N64
Every time you turn
game
around,
for
he
adults.
moves back as
Oh,
well.
okay,
cool.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, don't make any jokes
Blacklight
on it.
Retribution.
Oh,
Anyone
yeah.
play that?
Is that a shooter?
It was a
No,
shooter
that was
from.
that was like a CSI game where you bring a blacklight into a bedroom and it's
No, not quite.
There's no retribution.
There's no
from that.
retribution.
Wait to see what you've seen.
yeah.
No, it was like it was the same sort of thing as Concord, like a tactical arena shooter. It was it was cool. It was like 2013, 2014, but it didn't last very long. So
It
yeah.
does.
I remember playing it though. It was fun.
Ruby nodded way too intently on us talking about blacklight stuff.
Listening,
Listening.
Okay,
Yeah.
active listener.
not knowing but listening.
Active listener
Okay.
here.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
And
positive.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Should we
Should we
crack
go?
on with the show?
Maybe.
No,
No.
Well, I got something else to talk about.
Josh.
Yes. Oh,
What do you got for us upstairs?
he's. Come on, man. He's just not paying attention at all.
I thought we were out of tape pieces.
There's going to be 400 of these things.
Can you get him back at the desk, please? That's
Back
so
at the desk?
rude, man.
Yeah,
I
come
want-
on. Back to hey.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Bye.
What are you
Bye,
doing?
Josh.
up there?
Josh,
Bye, Josh.
I know you couldn't have perfectly cued all those, but they played out so well, did they not?
He's up there. He's
I hope
he's
there's
looking
one
after.
with you coming out of the bathroom with toilet paper stuck on the bottom of your shoe.
Or locking
We'll have to
yourself
see.
out.
There's
Wait
not
see. Wait
that's
see.
not all of them.
You
So
guys,
we'll see.
you keep saying you and yourself, but that's not
That's-
Josh. That's
yeah.
Josh.
Sorry, we'll see other Josh.
It's the same man, but there's two versions of the one being. You know?
I think it's a different guy.
No,
That's Josh up there,
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's Josh.
they're Josh.
that's true.
Yeah,
They are Josh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Josh and
They
Josh.
are Legion.
Now can we move on with the show?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to do something a bit special for Ruby.
Before you even point that out, we should
Yeah.
point out you are pressing buttons down here. Josh up there is slacking off. You are now running the show down here as well. So
yeah,
Josh
he's-
has set this up down here.
His
Props to
work
him for
ethic
that.
is not great. I'll tell you that right now. Would you like to open the first segment by playing the card?
Oh, yeah.
All the buttons are down here.
And
Would
now,
you like to? Yeah.
now it's time.
Take it away, Ruby. Which one?
For a little bit of backup.
Oh no! What did you hit? God damn it, Ruby!
What have you done? You're not allowed to touch any more
You
buttons.
have one button to press.
You have one button to press and you fucked it up.
She got it right in rehearsal too.
You did get it right in rehearsal. What happened?
What'd you do?
What happened?
I don't know. Oh, is that your car? It's a little bit of backup, baby. Working this time.
He's having too much fun over there with all that
That
power.
was really funny. I really liked it. And it's brought to us by RhysWild. That's the sound I make when I slip on a banana peel and break the show.
It is.
RhysWild, we like to ask Rhys, hey, can you get us a sound from the wild? And then he goes, yes, and sends us one. So we have to guess what it is. So Rhys, please take us to the wild.
Ruby, do you want to press the button?
No.
She's not allowed. Let me grab it.
It's a plane going overhead.
It's not playing yet.
Ah, okay. Apologize.
I can't play. I know what it is.
That was it?
No, it's still going. I think.
How low is that plane
It's
flying?
really annoyingly close.
All right. Yeah, no, I know what this is.
What?
Yeah.
So I'll replay it.
This is an animal.
Yeah.
This is a chip packet in the breeze.
It is. Can I tell everyone what it is?
Sure.
It is a red panda adjusting its library of cassette tapes in that little shelf that you put them in, that they have the slots for the cassettes.
Yep.
It's going...
Unfortunately not. And I don't have the ding or the buzz down here.
Just make the noise. Ba-bow.
Ba-bow.
Okay, is it an animal?
No.
Is it a chip packet in the breeze?
No.
Ah.
It is technically nature.
So is a chip packet in the breeze, depending on if you live
That's
in the city.
man-made.
Ruby?
Is it?
Are men not natural, Josh? If
the chip packet not spawn from the...
If the dam of a beaver is natural, is not the packet of chips from a man?
Okay.
Wait, come back.
I don't want to.
Ruby, do you have a guess?
Fucking stay.
Can you play one more time?
Sure.
I just like to.
Is it the sound of like a palm frond brushing against a window, a pane of glass? I haven't finished.
It's,
a pane of glass.
Wait. You haven't heard.
On an August Eve?
No, if you said June Eve,
Yeah,
maybe.
that would've been right. Is it the blue-tit warbler? Asks Rectech.
Is it like trees?
That's a palm frond.
You had palm frond already. You put palm frond in.
Is it trees?
You got to show us.
Technically, it is.
Look,
then
what
I'm
I'll
right.
say is
It's trees.
Will this work? Here we go.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's a big rock. That's such a big rock.
It's a big rock.
That is technically nature.
Wait for
Sound
it.
on.
It's very satisfying.
Does it crush through?
Yes.
Sound on. Go. Yes.
Oh, this makes me want to go and
nature.
roll a rock down a hill.
Oh, I'm rock hard.
Oh, no.
That is.
Rocks. Pretty cool. It keeps going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This should be the show.
I was right. It was
Technically,
trees.
Ruby was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Geodude getting away.
Thank
Wow.
you
That was
for
definitely
that,
a golem.
Reese. That was very cool.
definitely,
That rocked.
Up
That
the
rocked.
difficulty.
Yeah, that was a tricky
We should have guessed because Reese loves rocks.
Yeah.
Reese does love rocks.
Ain't no denying.
That's really beautiful. You know what else rocks? Moving on.
Okay.
So,
Good.
with a little bit of backup today, we got a bit of news. The International Olympic Committee has voted yes to the creation of the Olympic Esports Games.
Hooray.
So it occurred during the 142nd International Olympic Committee session in Paris that the first Olympic Esports Games will be happening, and they will be held in 2025 in Saudi Arabia. For the
Yeah.
For the organization of the Games, the IOC has partnered with the National Olympic Committee of Saudi Arabia for the next 12 years. That is 3 Olympic Games, to
Okay.
be clear.
And all 3 are taking place in Saudi Arabia.
That's right.
Well, at least that's
At
how
least
it reads.
That's
How it reads to me because the 12-year deal they're talking about is with Saudi Arabia. So I don't
Yes.
see them signing a 3 Olympic deal for
Yeah.
hosting it in Brisbane in 2032.
They're not going back to those decayed stadiums
So, like-
in Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, in one sense, they're doing what the Olympics should do, which is making good use of the facilities for more than just the 2 weeks that they have them. But
Well,
that's
it's not
a-
the Olympic Committee's. It's not really on the Olympic Committee to utilize the facilities that get built. You know, when you bid for it and you win it, you're building a lot of infrastructure that you need to have the city plan to keep using.
Yeah.
And like Sydney did a pretty bad job of that, but still get enough use out of Homebush to justify it.
I think they've done better than some other countries.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for sure.
my
But
biggest
it also
point.
seems like, you know, with your average Olympic Games, you know, the country bids for it and wins it.
Yeah.
But with Saudi Arabia, they have quite large investments
Of oil?
in esports.
All right.
Especially at the moment. They've got,
Yeah.
currently right now, the Esports World Cup is happening, which is just something that the Saudi Arabia the Saudi Arabia Esports Federation have done.
Yeah.
And they've just called it the Esports World Cup because who else is going to do it?
Yeah.
And they've poured more money into it than anyone else in the world. So that's happening right now across a bunch of titles.
And so they've got the infrastructure and the money, and they see the demand there, or like the demand for an audience to watch it. Does it not feel very un-Olympic to therefore like lock something down for like? Why is it even
Wait,
tied to the Olympics?
sorry. I've never heard that. That was a little un-Olympic of you.
Excuse me, I'm someone who likes to feel. I feel very Olympic at the moment.
actually quite
I like cool
un-Olympic.
runnings.
True.
Because the Olympics are about
Okay.
to kick
Before we
off.
dive too deep
The
into this
Olympics are
conversation,
about the spirit of
no,
it.
totally. Before we dive too deep into the conversation,
Sure.
how Olympic are each of us feeling right now? And you're feeling very Olympic.
I am feeling very Olympic today.
How are you feeling? How Olympic are you feeling?
I'm not feeling super Olympic.
Not super Olympic?
I'll be
Me
honest.
neither, man. No.
Oh, really?
No.
It's tomorrow/Saturday.
I never get hyped about the Olympics in the lead up to it. It's just not a thing that I find interesting. But as I said last night, as soon as the high jump is on, I go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's the best sport because it's just jumping over shit.
He said
But it's
last night,
impossibly
they
high.
jump so high.
It's impossibly high.
It is.
They
It
go
is
back.
crazy.
They go backwards over a pole.
It is
Who thought of that?
the Fosby flop.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Someone Fosby.
John Fosby.
John Fosby, I think.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it's just like it is. It comes around. It comes around when the high jump's on.
But again,
so
the
I'm
point-
feeling reasonably Olympic when I think about.
But
high
the
jump.
point of the Olympics is that they are one of the few events that still feels like it's celebrating. You know, it's competing on a global stage.
That and Eurovision.
Yeah, well, on a global stage,
the
where
pinnacle
it's
of human achievement.
correct, and it is this one that is like
In
not
gaming.
tainted by too much sponsorship, and it is to do with the fact that it is like countries competing regardless of race and all the religion and all that kind of stuff. Even though it was technically kind of like started as a religious event. Anyway, I digress. Point being is that to lock it down for 12 years feels like
Three Olympics.
3 Olympics.
3 Olympics. It's like stops being part of what the Olympics are, which is it's a global event. It's shared. It's just them attaching the Olympic name to a big esports event for 12 years and just using the press attached to each Olympics over the next 12 years.
True, but this is like, they were always in Athens for a long time.
I get
so
what
it's
they've
like
evolved
this is
into.
like
Yeah,
totally.
And
but
they were like.
I don't
So
know
this
that
is
they were always in
going to
Athens.
be
I
the
don't know
first
anything about
year.
history.
However, the first time the Olympics have done esports was last year in
Yes.
Singapore. They
Yes,
did
they did a
the
week, yeah.
Olympic Esports Week,
Yep.
which was basically a taste test for them to see how it would go. And it was after that and after the success of that the IOC
Which is what they do with
Success
esports.
is a subjective term, I think.
success, success in the eyes of the IOC.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they wouldn't have done this if that one didn't go well
Yeah.
in their
Which
eyes.
is what they do
but-
with Olympic sports. They test new sports every
Yeah.
year, and they take sports out as well. So in that sense, it's interesting that it's like, oh, cool. They've always toyed with the idea of when will esports be in there. I love esports and I love the Olympics. I do not think the two should meet.
Yeah.
Well, it's very
There's Scotty here
interesting.
in the microphone.
Oh, lovely.
It's very interesting considering no games have been announced as of yet. Mind you, it
Yeah.
only got announced like a day ago or something
If
like
Just
that.
Dance isn't there, it's not the Olympics.
Well, the thing is,
Not allowed to dance.
that was in Singapore.
I fucking know it was, and it was amazing.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Absol-
I can't say I watched the Just Dance Olympics thing.
the
I didn't.
one
you
of
could at least just say it.
Okay.
one of the main Olympic values is peaceful competition.
Rings.
And rings. But
And
with,
fire.
with the violent nature of many of the top esports titles,
Yeah.
it kind of like puts a spanner in the works a bit because a year ago the IOC flatly said that games from the Counter-Strike and Call of Duty series would never be included in Olympic
Good,
esports.
nor should they. Okay, go around the horn. Pick your game that you think you would want to see in the esports Olympics, Josh. Rube.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think any of them should be there.
Okay,
I don't
me.
think esports needs the Olympics. I think the Olympics wants esports and needs esports.
Yeah.
Rocket
100%.
League.
Rocket
That's
League.
the only
oh, look,
one that
yeah,
you could
no,
probably put
look.
in that feels like it would be a good sport, a good spectator sport. It would have a skill level. It's non-violent.
Yeah. Yeah.
No problems.
I know that when skateboarding was introduced at the Olympics, they we did a show years ago in 2021 where we actually made an esport tournament in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and we did it partnered with Activision and we actually had an Australian skater by the name of Renton Miller, famous pro Australian skater. He was very heavily involved in trying to get at least the Australian Olympic Committee's team looking into whether skating was going to be at the Olympics, and like he was telling me and us about the amount of hoops and like how long it takes.
There's 5 of them.
It took
They make up the logo. It's crazy.
true.
Yeah,
Dead
yeah.
energy, that.
But it took them like almost 2 decades to get skateboarding to the Olympic Games. because
And I
of
would
all
argue
of
it
the
should be
red
gone
tape
by
that
next
they've got.
year.
I disagree. If you watch it
for
shot
extra
with
it's
Olympic
cool,
style
yeah.
cameras with that kind of like, it's not shot like an extreme sport. It's shot like a boring.
so boring,
like,
yeah, it's like, yeah.
It kind of loses its
I
edge.
would watch it if they put a tilt shift lens on it and it made it look like tiny little skaters.
But you're right, actually. Skateboarding
I'm
was
just
one
like-
that was pushing the boundaries of like, should this be in the Olympics? And now that's one that has been there for a while, and people are like, oh, that's kind of a stock standard one. Breakdancing is going to be new this year.
Yeah.
I
Which
think
is interesting.
Yeah, that's ludicrous. It's no more ludicrous than Just Dance being in
No,
there. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I think they should. Think they should have a look at games on Switch because they're quite family friendly. Maybe something like a
Everybody want to switch?
everybody want to Switch.
Imagine that.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Hentai Sudoku, Hentai Crossword. Any of those.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Huh?
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bit of that.
That's a
It
given.
makes sense.
Yeah, look,
mean,
I think ultimately I like the idea that competitive gaming can be held to the same esteem as
Yeah.
competitive athletics.
Yep.
I think it's a different kind of athleticism, which is part of what I struggle with because the Olympics is about like physical accomplishments. And it's not to say that gaming isn't a physical thing, but it's a different physical thing. It's not about being anaerobic. It's about being like having strong mental fortitude.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is part, that's part of being an athlete for sure.
I mean, there is one esports player that I've seen very recently that you could argue is
I should have got footage of
has
this guy.
very, very much physical prowess. I've seen him death drop, do a straight split.
There was a guy at EVA recently, the fighting game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
event, and he was like on the floor doing splits, sitting on.
But
the
he's not getting marks for that, right?
No, but he was competing and
He got
and,
marks
like,
from me.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course
He got top marks
you.
from me.
Yeah.
So I do ultimately like that it could be put at the same level and given the same kind of cred, but it is also just this. I think it's going to be a weird thing to watch for a long time while it.
It's
works
also
itself out.
the
It's just
first
so-
one is next year, right?
Yeah.
So they're not on
It's
the
an
same
offset
exact
year.
schedule
Yeah.
as the others.
This doesn't make sense and wouldn't be entertaining, but it's like games need to be built to be competed for in the.
Well, that's what they tried to do, and there was a bunch of Web3 shit going on.
Okay.
And like
okay
I
for
think the ISC probably got taken for a ride because some of that stuff was at the Singapore test.
Yeah, right.
And it was not good.
No.
Totally.
I don't know if actually much of it made it in, but I mean, obviously the other big part of this that we touched on earlier is the fact that it's Saudi Arabia, and it's like sports washing is already in regular sports such a huge problem. Also, it's a problem. Like we've got Australian football players getting, and good for them, massive contracts to go over, like the golf thing, all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
It's
wrestling
just like,
as well.
It's
Jesus.
just kind of sad that that's where the esports industry is at the moment, is that it's either Saudi Arabia or it's like grassroots.
Yeah.
And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of in between at the moment.
Which putting esports in this spotlight could help with. Obviously, esports has like massive ebbs and flows in terms of how much investment there is in it.
Yeah.
Because big companies want it to be hugely successful, and it works sometimes. But the only way that it is really sustainable is when there's companies like Valve and Riot who use their esport as marketing. And so they
Correct.
spend a shit ton of their own money to market their game as a competitive practice, right? And then they get a lot of people playing it and spending money in it.
And
So
and what we're seeing now, and like literally in the last week or two, where APAC in particular have announced, like globally, League of Legends esports is changing their format globally.
Yeah.
Big changes per region, all to fit in this new season, because Riot have run League of Legends esports at a massive loss for a decade, and now they're tightening the belt. And I don't think, and then look, there's other problems that I could talk about this for a very long time. We won't get into the really specifics, but like esports has had a massive venture capital bubble pop in the last 2 or 3 years. Australia got hit pretty hard by it as well, but it's happening all over the world, and we're seeing now the reset sort of start to, I'm hoping, start to build it back up to where it, isn't just
So do you think
hugely inflated by
do you think
by
this
investors.
massive investment and what is a 12-year road plan of creating an Olympic esport, do you think that has an overall net gain positive for it, or do you think it's the other end of the spectrum, which is so much cash, so much,
I think I think we're risking it happening again.
Yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
Olympic
Like,
thing
that's-
is still playing in the unsustainable for sure.
Yeah.
I think like as long as there are learnings from the last decade,
yeah.
when people go to approach it again once it's getting more visibility, then
Yeah.
it has a shot, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's just this overinvestment with zero chance of return that is scared people
and a lack
away.
of understanding from those investors
Totally.
about what the concept of it is.
There
and
was
what it has
definitely
as a return.
some snake oil selling going on.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
people got taken for a ride.
The show we made at 7
Yeah.
was entirely brand funded. And not a single one of those companies that invested in that show would have seen a fraction of a return on their investment.
Yeah.
In making a television show, esports focused television show in Australia on a secondary network channel. Never going to happen.
Yeah.
But they just wanted a piece of the pie. They wanted
Yeah.
to be involved, because it's exciting, and it is still exciting.
Yeah.
But there's the challenge of this, like, video games are such a technological thing and running a broadcast is expensive as fuck. And people have expectations when you put Overwatch next to the fucking gridiron, right? Like you put it next to the Super Bowl. That's what people anticipate is going to be a high quality broadcast. The Super Bowl would cost $15 million to run the day, just in production costs, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how does an esport compete with that?
Yeah, look,
it can't.
And I think a good friend of mine has this opinion and is very outspoken about it. But I share it to a certain extent. But he says the biggest mistake esports made was being free to air from the start. Like, because that's the big difference with regular sports and NFL or NRL or AFL is that they have historically been paid to either whether it's through cable television or whatever it's through. It's like
a network.
And so people's expectations are warped
because
they're looking at esports and they're like, these gamers should be able to put on a massive show because they originally, they have for a long time. But they're holding it to the same broadcast standard as
it's being
regular
sold
sport.
at the same standard. Like, that's the thing you were saying.
Well,
it's like
but
the
because
people who are trying to
exactly
get these things off the ground, they are selling them with the same, delusion of grandeur that they have of these things can be as big as, if not bigger. And it's like, it just doesn't work that way. It has to have the build up that any other grassroots sport or anything has. But then on that level, there's such a massive divide, as you mentioned.
And I think, I think we will see it improve, especially purely generational gap-wise, because what we're seeing in the last 5 or so years, it's already big, but it will continue to get bigger because there's new waves of kids in school every day playing games. It's like high school into university into, that... Okay, buddy.
No, I'm with you. I'm like, I love that. It's
What I'm saying is that there's generations piling through more than ever before that are going to be involved in it and want to see esports as a career path, both
and I would
playing
say,
or behind the camera or whatever. And
I would say, like, in the same way that it feels like Australia is punching way above its weight in all sorts of areas, like we anticipate that we're going to get gold medals at the Olympics, right? Like, we're a shot at gold in the hockey. Like, always in the swimming, there's a chance we're going to walk away with a few golds. Like, we always seem to do well. And we have Australian esports players who are at the fucking upper echelon and who don't have any support here. They have to leave the country to succeed, but they're like born and bred here, going through our systems, going through like the system that's failing them and still succeeding.
Correct.
Like Mark 11 going across and number 2 in the world at now EAFC. Anna playing Dota and winning, the international multiple years in a row.
There's a handful in league as well across Europe and North America. I will say, if we're looking for positives,
I'm not feeling very Olympic anymore.
Well, I mean, before we get to positives, I feel like it would be really not right to not address the elephant in the room of Saudi Arabia's many human rights violations just like there's been esports events before where players have worn pride outfits in protest of the just horrible treatment that LGBTQ individuals face in Saudi Arabia. There's literally no human rights protections for queer people in Saudi Arabia. Acts of homosexuality are punishable by death. Transgenderism is as well. Not to mention the like human rights issues that they have with women. And I feel like there's this constant thing of like, but women can drive now in Saudi Arabia. And it's like, yeah, but they still need permission from their male guardian to be able to drive. And prior to 2012, women couldn't even, Saudi Arabian women couldn't even compete in the Olympics. And it took 10 Olympics where Saudi Arabia was involved until women could compete. And it feels just like, I don't know, like
no, you're
I
right.
think there's a
then hang
big
the
thing
Olympic,
there.
the Olympic branding next to it as something, as I mentioned before, that has such good global faith around it.
Well, I don't think that's true. I don't think anyone looks at the Olympic Committee and goes, like the
Not the
IOC,
Olympic Committee,
the
I'm
IOC,
saying.
and go, well, but that is the governing body of the Olympics. No one thinks of the Olympics as the identity of the Olympics as this beautiful thing. The competitive and the good sportsmanship is what's beautiful about it, for sure. The competitors themselves. Obviously, Saudi Arabia is a very different culture to where we've been fortunate enough to grow up. And, I am very non-religious. I wouldn't say I'm anti-religion, but I find a lot of all of that so backward, and and that's because I'm in a position where I can. It's horrible, and there's awful cultural things that we disagree with. Obviously, money is always going to talk. In those spheres,
Well, that's the big thing. It's just
just
it's money.
the reality of it.
It's money, and also the Saudi Esports Federation has a pretty large stake in the ESL Facer Group, which is the biggest esports production company in the world, and run the biggest esports events in the world. So that's they've got they've already got themselves so well set up to do this.
I guess to my point is that, I agree with you about the IOC and all those corporations similar to FIFA, that kind of stuff, being corrupt as money is the thing that, gets everything moving. But my point out of that is it's like, for them to be at least taking some of the clout or like the positivity that is associated with the Olympics, not actually stemmed from those governing bodies, and then to assimilate it with esports within Saudi Arabia just feels at odds with itself. And so that's what I think is, as you mentioned, it's a sticking point, but it's also what's that going to evolve in 12 years? Like, I don't see it moving fast enough.
No.
Well, I mean,
in a place like that.
It totally just comes back to what Josh was saying before, is that like esports internationally, outside of the big companies that are running their own tournaments, doesn't exist outside of Saudi Arabia. Unless it's tiny one-off things.
There's outliers in every single region who do great work.
Absolutely.
At all scales. But the only thing I'll say is like what is exciting to me at the prospect of esports Olympics, Saudi Arabia or not, is the national teams, right? So like we could get all of our Australian guys back. Like what is you know what I mean? Like no, but like what is
back under the label?
What does Team Australia look like? Where we get to actually pick the guys who have disappeared from our region, and they're all over the world. It's like that's cool to think about.
Totally.
Yeah, for not just Australia. Obviously, I'm biased because we're here, but and I've seen a lot of those guys go up and have these amazing careers, and to see some of them come back and play on the same team would be awesome. But,
it's the cool thing about like the Football World Cup. Watching people who are playing all over Europe come back and play for England. It's like, oh, okay.
And which won the Euros? We should have talked about the Halo series getting cancelled. That would have been more fun.
But I think that was a good chat.
Yeah, good chat. Now it's time for what we've been playing.
Oh, good.
Why didn't you let me press the button?
You're not allowed to press any more buttons.
Why
We've just
not?
established that you absolutely can't press any more buttons.
Stop talking under the cards.
I wonder why you don't want us to do that.
We're allowed to talk under the cards. That's what we're always allowed to do. We always do that, and we always talk about what we've been playing. The segment we talk about games that we played the week between the last show. It's been a week. It's time for another segment. It's brought to us, as always, by Nicrotex. When we have a segment sponsored by Nicrotex, we trawl through his tweets and find something hopefully amusing.
They're all amusing.
They're all great.
My favourite one was when he said he'd met Sarah Wolf and she didn't remember him.
I did enjoy that. This one's very appropriate to, I believe, what Nick does work-wise. He's written 6 days ago here at CrowdStrike. He doesn't work for CrowdStrike. I should point this out.
No, you should have said that afterwards.
Here at CrowdStrike, we've implemented a brand new strategy to protect against cybersecurity incidents by preventing your machines from even turning on. You're welcome for our courage. I like to think that Nick speaks.
So brave.
So brave.
So brave.
Nick speaks for all cybersecurity when saying that. But yeah, I think the CEO I found out, or you were saying last night, of CrowdStrike, he used to also work for McAfee?
10 years ago, there was also a massive global IT outage. Not this scale. This one was definitely the worst. But and the same guy who's the CEO of, or the founder of CrowdStrike. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just
Can you
changing
just go and get the other chair? Because this is heaps annoying.
We'll do it in the outbreak.
I will. On the outbreak, I will.
But he was also the
CEO
CEO of McAfee at for the last major outage like this.
So
amazing.
did you guys get your $10 Uber Eats gift vouchers from CrowdStrike?
Is that a thing?
That's
Yeah,
what they were
yeah.
offering clients.
Yeah, that's what they were offering
as
clients.
Oh
They're
my
like,
God.
Sorry.
they're like, we're sorry.
$10?
We're sorry.
Uber Eats?
That's wild.
$10 Uber
I
Eats.
know.
We're
I
sorry.
know.
Wow.
Because that would have
It's
been that. You know, I
You
mean,
think
like,
about the squillions that have been lost
Yeah.
in downtime.
I know.
I saw a really cool thread. This is just for broadcast.
I was trying to trade my shares at the time. I just couldn't.
I was trying to listen.
I was going to make it, man.
I bought a digital radio for the office, and I was in here on a Friday, and I sat down to listen to some digital radio while I potted around down here. None of the channels worked. I thought, fuck, this Amazon purchase has carked it. And then just at that time, I heard, okay, here at Triple J, we've got a USB stick. I'm like, oh my God, it came back. It literally went from nothing to them talking. It was wild.
None of my stuff broke, actually. All of my stuff was fine. I think I'm just better at computers than other people.
Ruby doesn't know her screen hasn't been plugged in for 2 weeks.
Oh, no, I did that drawing. You guys told me I could draw on the screen, right?
That's true, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick, as always. All right, let's go around the room, starting with you. Pieter, what you been playing?
Okie dokie. I have been playing a game called Throne and Liberty, which is a fantasy MMO out of Korean studio NC Soft. NC Soft are the devs behind the Lineage games. They're also a publishing house, and they published Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2. But this game has been in development for a long time, and the Lineage bloodline is strong in this game. It was announced as Lineage Eternal in November 2011, and then it first went into open beta in Korea in 2016, or a closed beta, sorry, in 2016. Then it became Project TL in 2017, and is now, 13 years after the initial announce, playable in open beta. Up until yesterday, it was in the West, in Australia. South Korea have been playing the beta since December, and it was using AI overdubbed into English for the open beta for us to play. And I jumped into this game expecting, based on what it looks like, for a very traditional MMO. It absolutely is that. It plays and feels like those classic MMOs, but there's some modern tweaks and there's some expediting to the leveling and the game feel that I think makes this way more appealing than I thought it was going to be. Cool. I have played about 10 hours. I'm level 20 something. I believe the level cap was 40 or 50 in the beta, and people were hitting it. They were just going so hard. So basically, this game is centered around its combat. When you think of MMOs, you think about classes. Mm-hmm. This game does not have classes. It has 12 different weapon types. You can wield 2 at a time, and then you get abilities based on the weapons that you have equipped. So basically, by spending time with weapons and then investing your skill points into those, you create a build around your weapon types.
Right, so you level up the weapons and you can skill tree the weapons themselves?
And the abilities and skills attached to that weapon. So I am using the Zweihander, a big double-handed sword, and a bow, and am kind of running as a bit of a tank. Despite the fact that there are no aggro abilities attached to the Zweihander at the moment, even though they were meant to be. Right. So there will be, but it's basically just sword and board can do the proper kiting and tanking at the moment, but I still was trying to play it as that. And it's really fun. So the combat, is based around the 2 weapons and the kind of synergizing of the weapons that you have. It's pretty basic at first, and it's just about kind of spamming things as their cooldowns fall off, which is, anyone who's played an MMO will understand. But as soon as you start to get a little deeper into each weapon, you can see how you can synergize. You get passives and you get actives. You can freeze something, and if it's frozen, it's wet. And if you cast a lightning ability, it suddenly does like AoE burst of its lightning. Yeah, cool. So there's in the way that Divinity excited people about how environmental and I guess what do you call it? Just effects can layer on top of each other. When it's raining, that same thing happens. Enemies are wet. You can do lightning damage. When the wind is blowing a particular direction,
enemies get wet.
The enemies get wet, and the lightning does AoE damage.
Yeah, cool.
But your ranged weapons do more damage if you're firing in the direction the wind is traveling.
Shit.
That's
Right.
sick.
There's some like
Wow.
in every part of this game is
What
just
about if the enemies are wet?
then they get
double
more damage from the wind and the wetness and the lightning.
Gotcha.
But they dry off.
They do dry off. They dry off really quickly though, so you got to take advantage of it while it's up. So the combat, you enter into combat. The other part of it is there's this really cool counter, which is like each enemy attacks at a different speed, and you're trying to time a perfect counter, and it just makes the standing in front of something and hitting 1 through to the minus key a little more interesting, because you have to stay engaged with what's on screen as opposed to
But
looking at
still-
your keyboard and going like, oh, they're up.
Totally, but it's still not completely departed from that style of like.
It's not an
passive
not an
combat,
action RPG.
Yeah, right. Because I was going to say
these are there's a perfect block and then a defense.
see
block as
those
well.
little indicators showing.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting. They're still riding that line between a traditional MMO's combat, which feels very just click queue up kind of attacks, but Guild Wars in particular had a lot more AOE kind of or directional based stuff, which is now kind of standard across the board. I think, isn't it? for
I mean, that's
MMOs?
from WoW as well, dude. That's very traditional. Guild Wars is
They were working away from that and not going full action RPG, but neither is this. Was what I'm asking. It's like this still isn't like
This is MMOE combat.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
like Guild Wars.
Yeah, yeah,
It just plays like Guild Wars. It plays like WoW. There's some interesting movement stuff. Like you're the same thing that you used to do counters. You can use to dive roll out of stuff.
Yep.
Enemies use a lot of telegraphed ground based spells that you want to dodge or sometimes be in. Which I guess talks to the dungeon that I've run, which is the first dungeon, and there's within that some really interesting depth and complexity to the combat and engaging with enemies. It's classic stuff of kiting, so you're only fighting 1 or 2 things at a time. But then when you get to the boss fight, there's some mechanics that are reminiscent of playing a Destiny raid. Where it's puzzle solving and combat and quite complicated, which I really enjoyed doing. I've been playing with Shark and Sophie and James.
Yep.
And Liam Vexia popped in for a bit and Reese popped in for a bit, but having in particular Shark and James are big MMO players, and they dive deep, and having their expertise there was really useful to me, who hasn't played an MMO in a long time. But I really found myself super enamored with it.
Are there, just in terms of how the world is running at the moment, is it traditional MMO? Are there everyone's just running around grabbing quests, running dungeons? Are there events or larger scale things?
I mean, I think in particular since Rift, you can't release an MMO that doesn't have some world event stuff that's going to engage, bring everyone despite their level back into this zones of interest. It does have those, and they're pretty fucking boring. There's kill as many wolves as you can in a certain amount of time, hand in the pelts. Whoever hands in the most pelts wins.
Gets wet.
You just get you get loot drops from it.
Yeah, right.
There are some slightly more interesting things with there's tiered world events. So if you get through the first tier of it, then it unlocks the second part. An example is collect seeds instead of collecting by killing stuff. But if you collect enough, then there's an escort mission of these brothers trying to cross that field. So it adds layers of complexity and changes. So the more people that get involved, the better you do.
That's kind of cool.
That's stuff.
Because I was going to ask, have they evolved any of these mechanics, given that it's been in development for so long, but also that the MMO kind of genre feels that it's done a lot of the same tricks? Have they got, what's, again, I saw you turning into a fox or something, but what are the unique things about this that feel different?
Well, I mean, that's mostly a stylistic thing. When you sprint, you turn into a wolf. When you swim, you turn into an otter.
Yeah. Right.
And when you jump off ledges, you can turn into a eagle
Buoyant,
and fly.
yeah.
Right.
But people will try and shoot you for pelts, feathers, and smaller pelts.
And that's how this is a free to play game. I
Yeah.
should have mentioned that earlier. And they've monetized the game mostly in selling cosmetics.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are some things that people are worried are a little bit pay to win. They're not too bad in that direction, but they're definitely incentivizing buying to
Is it,
speed
like,
up some
skills or
progressing
weapons
things.
or-
I haven't delved into
Right,
it
right,
really, but I think it is like
It would be like-
upgrade stuff for weapons and abilities that you'd otherwise have to grind a long time for.
Like
And that stuff always feels
fast-forwarding a battle pass sort of thing.
yeah, there are battle passes, absolutely, yeah. So that stuff can feel a little bit like cheap in an MMO that is about grind. It's about wasting your life.
That's the goal of an MMO.
Yeah, it's like, but I understand that, you know, these games are fucking expensive to make. They've been making it for 14 years.
Yeah.
Like, I always find it hard, unless there's something like obscenely, clearly a gouge. They've got to try shit.
Yeah.
You know, and if people, it's like, I don't know. It's a hard conversation.
Yeah.
I've spent thousands of dollars in Dota, you know, and I don't need to spend a cent, but I want to support the game.
I'm the same.
So yeah, that's a hard part of the conversation. Story
I was
is
gonna ask
generic as fuck.
The least important thing in any MMO,
Yeah.
story-wise, and like world setting and all that kind of stuff, is it?
So the setting is cool. I love the design of the world. It's like it's really classic fantasy, but every zone that I've been in feels cool and interesting, and like, you know, you travel through a canyon and suddenly you're in kind of more of a like
More of a gorge.
it was more like you know, this is like England, right, or like green Europe, and then but then
I
like
believe it's called Greenland.
green Europe. But you'll pop up in something that feels a little more like Middle Eastern kind
Sure.
of Turkish or something. So there's definitely some variety that feels cool.
But story-wise,
Story-wise, I couldn't tell you what's going on. No clue. It's not engaging. However, there are some interesting missions. There are some cool mission designs, and there's some dark places, and there's some decent direction of the cutscenes in a way that it surprised me. Of like, you know, like not leaning away from some darker themes and and then like some instanced story beats as well, where like, you know, I'm running around with a party, but I'm up to a mission that it wants me to be alone in, so it forces me to be instanced into that, and then it can tell it can make a mission play out that has a few different elements to it that otherwise would be ruined by a party of 6 people just killing shit, right?
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
goes like time-based things and big boss fights and stuff like that.
always checking your gear, running into the room where the boss has just died. Everyone's moving forward. You're like, just wait a second. Wait a second. I gotta read this.
yeah.
No, I have no time. Yeah, I'm always playing catch up.
Yeah.
But people who are really interested in min-maxing and like a lot of depth are going to find it here.
cool.
Because there's some depth and complexity to every system in this game, and there are a lot of systems in this game.
Yeah.
So it's really deep, and I'm impressed. And it's out in September, and I feel like I'll probably play it.
Yeah. Cool.
Because
Nice.
I'm not overplaying it, and they took it away from me.
Plus,
Oh, yeah.
MMOs come and go. Like in the. Oh, sorry. I should actually say. I think most of our like
forever.
the friends are forever. Not like. I would say, speaking to the people on the couches here, your time with MMOs feels like, you know, you have those moments where like I feel like deep diving into one for a month or two, and then it's like you can get exhausted by them. Obviously, people spend a lot more time and effort in them, but that's how I've always felt. I know you've dabbled in MMOs, and then you're like had a really great time with this, then you need to step away from it, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, but like you know, you go hard for a long time. Like, you know, I played a lot of Rift and I played a lot of Guild Wars too.
Yeah.
And then a lot of Old Republic. Oh man,
I'd forgotten every moment of Old Republic.
I
I'm
know,
like,
but I know
wow.
I spent hundreds of hours playing.
Well, I
the
guess
game.
what I'm saying is be careful.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, totally. It's the reason I avoid MMOs is the time sink. But like
I guess that was my point. Is like knowing that.
Yeah.
You still see this was entertaining.
I
and you are
didn't
now-
want to play this because I thought it might get me, and
Yeah.
it did get me.
Yeah.
And
then
now
they-
I'm like at an
they've closed
age
the
where
beta.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why shouldn't I just enjoy the
They
things
just-
that I
yeah.
enjoy? You know, like
Yeah.
I'm too old to not play the MMO for the
Yeah.
rest of my life.
and not feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
So there you
Nice.
go, Throne and Liberty.
Cool.
It actually it has been reasonably poorly critically received, but I think it's because people haven't gotten into the deep end of it.
Sure.
Like I think that like most of the positive reviews I've seen are people who have uncovered the synergy of the combat, which is absolutely the most interesting thing in the game, and taking advantage of all that environmental and the weather-based stuff, and utilizing the ability pools that you get by having different weapons, is just really interesting. And reminiscent of like Final Fantasy 14 and like the jobs that you can have, as opposed to being like so heavily into being a tank, a paladin kind of thing. You can be a couple of different things just by changing your weapons loadout.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Get wet. Ruby, do you want to tell us about Dungeons of Hinterberg?
Yeah, okay. So, Dungeons of Hinterberg is developed by Austrian studio Microbird Games. It is an action RPG dungeon crawler set in a very comic book, super cel-shaded, stylized world. You play as a lawyer that travels to the fictional town of Hinterberg in the Austrian Alps for a bit of a change of scenery. This place has kind of become a bit of a well-known tourist location thanks to the magic, monsters, and dungeons that appeared there not long ago. So that's why you go. You don't want to be in your frickin' job anymore. You want to slay some beasts. So in this world of Hinterberg, there's 25 dungeons in total that adventurers, both veteran and newbies are encouraged to be a part of. It is a single player game, but you meet a lot of people on the way. There's 25 in total, and 4 areas in which you find these dungeons. Their names are Doberkogel, Hinterwald, Holmstein, and Brunelsumpf. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
This time of the year?
Brunelsumpf?
Yeah.
Right here, right now? I'd love to go. But I can't go yet because that's where all the harder levels are. Okay. So dungeon difficulty aligns with your level, and it goes from 1 to 8, with 1 being the easiest and 8 being the hardest. A lot of the level 8, level 7 stuff is in Brunelsumpf, so I can't go there
Are you
yet.
telling me, can you get access to all that stuff early on as well?
You can go, you'll just die.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But
So it is open world in that sense that they're like, you can go check out all of them.
Yeah,
but
it's like semi-open world because you've got like you've got Hinterberg, you've got the main town where you'll find all the town stuff. Then every morning you will be asked, where do you want to go? And you choose one of the 4 places. I will say, actually, I take it back because I just remembered. I think you need to complete at least 4 of the dungeons in Doberkogel, as well as the boss dungeon, in order to get to the next place, to get to Hinterwald.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it keeps on going. So dungeons also, so you go to each of these areas. Obviously, you start in Doberkogel, and the dungeons aren't marked on your map. You have to go and find them. And each area, at least from my experience of Doberkogel so far, kind of feels like a mini Breath of the Wild landscape. It wears its Zelda influences on its sleeve. They aren't marked on the map. You have to find them yourself, but you're also almost always unlocking fast travel locations as you explore the areas, which makes going around really easy. And also fast travel is fast travel. You choose a place and you are there. Like, it is crazy how quick it is. And, while the dungeons are very much pivotal to progression in the game, exploring the 4 areas as well, kind of just the land itself comes with its perks, like finding treasure chests, doing monster battles, items like monster parts and magical elements. I don't quite know what magical elements get you just yet, but I know that...
Are you reading the back of the box?
No. I made notes while I was playing because... Sure. But, like, I know that monster parts you sell to this group called... I think they're called, like, Monster Club or Friends of the Monster Club. And they have... you sell them to them and they give you money as well as rewards. But, yeah, so the dungeons themselves... they feel like Zelda dungeons. It's a mixture of battle stuff as well as puzzles. Okay. I've experienced 3 dungeons so far. I've done the beginner dungeon, which was, it's what we're seeing right now. It's very straightforward, showing you how to play the game. I've also played the abandoned mine. What
they call it, a mine?
Mine something? Mine.
Mind Flayer.
Mine.
It's different in Europe.
Mine.
Yours.
Shaft.
Yours.
Shaft.
Kampf.
I think no. The abandoned mine shaft, which was very lots of battling, little bit of puzzle, and then the giant canyon.
Shaft.
Yes, the giant shaft. No, the giant. God, okay, I've lost my train of thought. But the third dungeon that I tried was very, very puzzle heavy with a few little battles here and there.
Okay.
And so the dungeons themselves have all sorts of different ways they are built.
But so the purpose is to complete all the dungeons in an area, and it's telling you a story as this is happening.
Yes,
Those characters.
yes.
Yeah, cool.
So this like there's a day to night system in the game. You've got morning, noon, evening, and night. Morning very much has a lot of the story progression. It's a day cycle. You got your day 1, day 2, day 3.
But that day progression is actively changing like what you can do in any moment. Is it like a little like what are the
It's not
Persona
like-
games like
Yeah. So
in the morning you're at school, so you're doing the school shit, and then you go and do the dungeon after lunch.
So another really obvious influence here is Persona.
Yeah, okay.
But
Okay, cool.
kind of for a different reason. So the day system very much so, because you've got morning story progression, afternoon, noon, do a dungeon, evening, go shopping, and do a social activity, and night you go to bed.
And that's all prescribed. Like that's what happens at those times.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And so I mention the social activities as well because it's not just an action RPG. It's very much also kind of like a social sim, like a dating life
I
sim.
saw a lot of this
Right.
that's like kind of tourism dating, where it's like you're spending a lot of time just meeting locals in cafes and chatting to them and taking jobs and stuff.
This is the same
yeah.
as that last reporter game you play where you're flying around in a spaceship and
that's
trying to
right.
fuck aliens.
But it's not a reporter game.
That's true. You're
Well,
not
now you're
writing
back-
out
now
of
you're-
it.
You're not writing articles. You're not a reporter. You're literally a tourist.
This seems
Formally.
What?
Didn't you say she was a journalist?
No, I never said that. She's
I
a
made
lawyer.
that up.
Her
What was her job in real life that she's
Lawyer.
doing?
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
but she's she's essentially on holiday.
In Kittyland.
And so there is a life sim aspect to it where you're building friendships with people in the town. But the thing is, these friendships and building up the levels of these friendships give you direct perks that you use in dungeons.
Yeah, nice.
So getting
that's also very Persona.
yeah, exactly, like getting better acquainted
It's the
with
perks we got along the way.
yeah, exactly. Getting better acquainted with a character might get you extra MP slots or extra
Sure.
HP slots. And within that, there's social skills levels as well. There's renown, there's amusement, there's familiarity, and there's relaxation. And different activities that you do will level up those skills. And so certain characters might not want to talk to you, might not want to hang out with you if you don't have a certain renown level, basically.
How important is all that life sim stuff in terms of obviously there's perks and things like that, but mini games make that kind of optional that either makes the dungeons easier versus necessary.
From what I've seen, you don't get. I know that your HP goes up with every dungeon that you complete, but I don't think your MP does, and I'm pretty sure you get extra MP slots purely through social skills stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm asking, does the game railroad you into those sections of the day that are about socializing because you need that to progress versus...
Pretty much.
What he's
Yeah.
saying is, does he have to engage
have
with the
to talk to
story?
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You do have to talk to people.
Boring.
But it's good. It's fun.
So,
They're
like,
very cute characters.
How much choice do you get in that, or do you just have to engage with them and then you get given the perk? Because it doesn't look like it's got much of an RPG to it. Like everyone's playthrough of this game is going to be pretty much the same, right?
In a
I mean,
good
I
way.
guess the order will just be different in which
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
talk to them.
Yeah.
But like as well, the order in which you do the dungeons isn't set in stone. Like you can choose to do harder dungeons.
You can go to Dugaldorf first.
You could go to Bustleboff.
in this area, for example. You know it'll be hard, but you can do it. And the fighting itself is very, very varied because you've got, your standard melee attacks of light attack, heavy attack, and dodging. But then, as well as that, you've also got magic powers.
All out stink.
And magic powers are specific to each of the 4 areas. So, for example, in Dougelhofer or some shit, Doberkogel, you get 2 magic powers. One of them's a big exploding wrecking ball, and one of them is like a mace.
Sure.
What's the one where it's like it's
Morning
on a, it's
Star?
on like
Ball
a
on
chain?
chain, yeah.
It's like
It's
a
a mace, yeah.
ball on a chain, except like you throw it at things and then
Flail.
pull it back. Yeah. So, but their magic powers, they're very specifically for Doberkogel, and they're useful in fighting. They're also useful in puzzles. And so you get those, and they're really cool. That's what your MP is basically used for. And when you're doing melee attacks, your MP gets built back up to use those.
Do you
in
like
battle.
this game?
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
What a roller coaster.
Deeply.
Yeah.
Oh well, because
Deeply. Don't close that. Close that. Tell me about your experience with the game.
Okay,
Because
so-
all you're telling me is like stuff that is like
I just wanted to
a list of shit.
Yeah, I wanted to start with what's in the game.
Oh, well, we're out of
first.
time, so we're
And-
moving on to the next one.
What look, like you're enjoying it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I really struggled to put this game down after I picked it up. It is just for me, just visually, first of all, absolutely delightful. Everywhere I looked, I feel like I could have screenshotted it and had it as my computer background. It just so visually delightful, and there's a lot going on in this game in terms of what you can do in the battle system. But it doesn't feel too overwhelming, and the tutorialization of it all is very well done.
Yep.
I love the battle system. The battle, like the
When you say the battle system, sorry, it's different. It's like it's third-person action combat. But is there something
Real time.
it's real time action combat. You've got your melee, you've got your magic, you've got also later on you get these things called action conduits, which are basically special attacks.
Yep.
In the form of little trinkets that you get given. So you have 2 slots. I think you can get an extra one later, potentially from making more of a friend with somebody. And putting the trinkets into those slots will get you, I think, up to 3 action conduits, which are special heavy moves.
Yeah, cool.
And
Like ultimate abilities.
yeah, pretty much. And the 2 that I've started with is like there's this blade spinning one where you just like spin around in a circle, and there's another one where like you jump up really high and then slam down on your sword. Another thing as well, speaking of sword, another way that you get stronger in this game is sword and armor.
You're like upgrading them.
Yes. Yeah. You're getting new ones. You either find them in dungeons or you buy them. And what I find really cool that feeds back into the social and activity thing is
Are people like nice sword?
well, there are certain pieces of equipment that they have their skill levels, but you can get their skill levels, like their attack boosted if you were at a certain social skill level.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you have 20 familiarity, this sword that you've got might have an extra 5 attack
Yeah,
or 5 magic attack.
Okay.
So everything
So
feeds
it's-
into everything.
it's all
Yeah.
connected.
It's all connected
Yeah,
in a
okay.
really, really neat way. And it feels really good to play. It looks really good. The music's really nice.
I saw the launch trailer for this nearly got. Well, I haven't installed. I haven't jumped into it. But the thing that got me into it is the snowboarding.
Yeah.
Is that in the trailer there was some, and this speaks to the last question I want to ask about it, which is that there seems to be less of a world threat. Like it's not you're in a real world where there's monsters everywhere and we're like, oh, there's a big baddie at the end. It kind of has the cool appeal to me was, and correct me if I'm wrong, the vibe that this is a world in which there are dungeons and monsters and everyone's kind of cool with that. And it's like there's a tourist town and people come to that town because there are monsters there, and it's kind of become like not cool anymore because of how much tourism.
Right.
And, like,
Semi yes.
Okay, yeah.
Semi yes, in the sense that this is a world where the magic and dungeons and monsters,
That's all just
specifically
par for
in
the course.
Hinterberg, is literally a tourist attraction. It is why people come to this area.
Yeah.
The mayor touts it as like the cool thing about Hinterberg. You got to come to Hinterberg. In the beginner dungeon, that whole thing starts falling apart. The guy who's taking you through the dungeon to show you how to do it is shocked and terrified by what's happening because the entire thing is going to shit. And it's never happened before. And he's like, please get out of the dungeon. And like, it's falling apart.
And you're like,
from
it's
under
like being
you.
on the Disney tour. Like, oh, this is the whole thing.
this
It's
is a
meant
bit.
for
Yeah.
the
So
it's all
it's
gonna-
dangerous.
Oh, the robots are coming to life.
Just
Like,
kidding.
no,
Oh,
get
the
the
real
fuck out.
T-Rex got out. Okay, sure it did.
This isn't part of the tour, guys.
But I think they've as a concept, like it just being a tourist attraction is very cool. But I think having that extra bit of like, oh, but something's kind of
so
going
there is
wrong.
there is a world threat in that the norm of which is just dungeon monster slaying is at risk due to something else that you're going to
and
uncover.
potentially the monsters are getting stronger and more out of control
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff like that.
But within that, the trailer had some like cool as you journey between these areas. There's like you either jump on your sword and snowboard on it, and there's some like sort of areas that you just cruise through that had almost some cozy core vibes to it. That I was like, cool. That looks
It's
like
so
It just
cool.
looks super stylish. I'm
It's
sure
visually
there are
delightful.
just like little surprises like that everywhere.
totally.
really nice. I'm loving it. This is a game I want to finish
cool.
deeply. Like I.
Do you know how long it is?
Ooh,
You don't have to know.
I
Four
don't
regions,
think so.
25 dungeons, swords and magic.
I think probably like 20, 30 hours maybe.
Wow.
It-
Okay.
it-
That's
like
a pretty serious. That's
like
a
I've
serious
finished I've finished 2 dungeons.
Yeah.
And I haven't fully explored this area, and I'm pretty sure I've played about 2 hours. So
Okay.
like,
Cool. Nice.
but it's delightful. Oh my god.
It screams indie style approach to a Zelda action adventure game, but there looks like there's more meat on the bone there than just
Yeah.
we have a couple of tricks up our sleeves kind of thing.
And
So
also
cool.
just a little bonus as well, not to mention when you're in the first area for the first time, there's no invisible walls. Instead, there's just like cows in your way. And so if you try to go to a certain area, there's
Yeah.
cows and they'll moo, and you're like, I better not disturb these cows. And you can feed one of them. I did, and I got an achievement.
Nice.
damn right.
There
The
you go.
end.
That's actually delightful.
Perfect game.
That is really good,
Perfect
yeah.
game.
That's
Cool.
Perfect game.
That's
Very
awesome.
nice. Josh, upstairs. You got a game? Anything you want to talk?
Oh, he's coming down.
Oh, he's
Oh, it's coming down.
Oi.
Hey, stay out there.
Oi,
Hey,
You coming down?
hey, get back. Get
And he's down here.
back
get
upstairs.
back up.
Get back upstairs.
Get up.
Do it.
there.
Go on. Go on.
Is there an upstairs button?
What's that?
Just run it in
no.
reverse.
What are you talking about
just run in.
buttons?
Sorry, that's a
Are
good
you
point.
back upstairs? Come on, mate.
Come on.
It's
Go
okay.
on.
It's
Oh,
okay.
he's
You
shy
can come
now.
out. You can
He's
come
shy.
out.
All
You
the
can come out.
way.
It's okay.
Hi.
Good boy. He's a good boy.
Yeah, there we
He's a
go.
good boy.
He's a
Look
good-
at his
oh, he doesn't
face.
like
Boy.
that. He
He
doesn't
got
like
really
that.
confused.
Okay.
We turned the camera off on us. Good
Yeah,
girl.
he's not happy.
But Josh down here,
Yes.
you can tell us what you've been playing.
I have been playing Nobody Wants to Die.
Oh,
And
have
I-
you?
Who else has?
Glad someone has.
Tell us about it, baby.
It's
Yeah.
a good game. It's a good game.
Why is it good?
I'm liking it a lot. Hang on, I gotta press some buttons, get the game stuff out. So yeah, this is a like a cyberpunky film noir, like futuristic adventure. Yeah, it's a little Blade Runner, but yeah, it's developed by like a Polish studio called Critical Hit Games. I think this is their first title. I don't think they've done anything else. And effectively, you are living, or this game is set in a world where immortality is real. Like people can live forever, and you just get new bodies. They call them shells in this game. That's what you're seeing here. Is like the opening of the game where there's a Fallout-y, like everything is so. I don't know what. How would you describe it?
Dystopianly
It's
optimistic?
No, it's dystopian, but it's like 50s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
40s.
Oh, it's
or- no,
retro-futuristic.
It's retro-futuristic. There
Yeah.
you go. It's not 50s. I don't know why I said 50s. It's 100% like 20s. Yeah, it's definitely 20s. You know,
I think
America.
It's called Cyber Noir.
Cyber noir.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, you play as a detective called James Kara, and you have just got a new shell that is like you're not gelling with it, and there's like some issues you can see here. He's got the shakes. I don't think it's too spoilery. Like the shell before was a drug addict, so you're having to pop these pills. I don't think these are like drugs like that you get addicted to. This is to try and adjust to your new shell.
Sure.
It's. I mean, first of all, it looks incredible. It's so high fidelity. There's a fair bit of photorealistic stuff, even though it's super futuristic at the same time. And that's you can hear.
Is that you?
I did not. This is my footage. Will's gonna love that I left this in.
Did you blow your nose?
I blow my nose. I did not realize my mic was recording at home.
Oh my god!
Oh my God.
that is gold.
At this like point of like peak story
he's-
setting and
yeah.
like scene a mood setting and suddenly just
Exactly.
blowing.
Yeah.
And like,
Just like burp.
what really got me, and this moment's in the trailer as well, but you're about to see it here, I believe, where he opens the car door. That was the moment that I'm like, I'm gonna play this game.
Yeah.
I saw all of this. Like, you're seeing basically the opening couple of minutes of the game, but when he opens the door here, and what you see is Times Square in New York in 2329, the year 2329, right here.
Oh, wow.
It is just, you cannot see. It looks like you might be able to see the road on the floor. There is no, like, there's no, you can't see the
no
ground,
bottom.
and
Yeah.
it goes up as far as you can see as well in the game.
Beautiful.
It's crazy.
This looks stunning. Is what style of game are we talking here? It's like a detective game, but it's first person.
Correct. First person, and it's dialogue heavy, like conversational choices, and then you're just
I would say it's a narrative puzzle game.
narrative puzzle game. It's sorry.
No shooting.
No shooting. Or at least not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe there's story-based, like timed event shooting, maybe later on. But you can see some of the dialogue options and stuff here. Basically, you since you have just got a new shell, you are off work. Like they're not giving you any cases or anything like that. But you get a call from the police chief who wants to put you on like something not on the books.
God damn that chief.
Because you want to work. That's your only like motivation to do anything. You know, is to solve cases and. Yeah, there's a whole backstory. Which,
You're a grimy detective in a noir world. That's all
and
you do.
and
Like,
that is what it is, and it's gorgeous, and
Yeah.
the music is so good. The voice acting is really good as well. This is the first time you go to the first crime scene, and it just looks.
It's spectacular. It looks gorgeous, but it just has nailed tone, and like it's all those things you've set up beautifully, but it isn't half doing noir.
No.
The writing is exceptional.
Yeah.
I am not often like I love video game storytelling. Multiple times, this character has delivered a line that I have recorded.
Yeah,
I just
right.
was like, I need to record the last part because I want to listen to that again.
Yeah.
right.
There's just some fucking brilliant writing and
Yep.
great voice performances.
Yeah, the partner I love, like Sarah,
Yeah.
the partner that you get partnered up with, who is all of your access has been revoked from everything, so you can't actually do anything. You have to be partnered with
chief.
someone. Yeah, exactly. And she's not happy. Like he puts you on a group call, the police chief, and she doesn't realize that you're on the call as well. She's like, "You're not fucking putting me with him." It's like starts shit talking you,
Yeah.
so it starts off on a really good foot.
Can I just jump in again and ask? Because
yeah.
from the trailer and from what I'm seeing of the gameplay,
Yep.
while it's a beautiful looking game, it's linear in the sense that
Super
these
linear.
are like rooms and cases and kind of like not missed, but like it's not an adventure game. You're not journeying around or doing the travel. It's like it's just kind
No.
of taking you from moment to moment.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So you can see here some of the investigative sort of gameplay, and you're about to see the main mechanic in the game here, which is what's it called, Pete? It's re something. We'll see it on the screen in a
I
second.
couldn't
but
tell you. It's sci-fi
it's
jargon.
It's
but
a device that can. There is Icarite, which I remember, which is that's what allows you to be able to be eternal. Like your Icarite is the essence of something in your mind that has your soul reconstructor. Okay, it's not
Sure.
that sci-fi bullshit.
Yeah, I guess not.
What weird jargon?
but
it's
the,
literally just time dilation back
Gotcha.
and forward.
Yep,
That's
yep, yep.
all
But
it
it's
does.
not a projection. You are actually
moving time.
moving, like, so one of the mechanics here is that you can pick things up and have them like that were there. I don't know.
You can collect. So in the example here, where there's been a fire, right?
Yep.
You can rewind time to before the fire and collect a piece of evidence, physical evidence, that was destroyed by the fire.
Yeah, okay,
Correct.
right.
And-
So
And
cool.
keep it. It's not just
And-
like you can see it like detective vision.
I mean,
you
you're not supposed to keep them
Yeah.
because it's a crime scene. But
Chief's
Ja-
not gonna-
but-
Chief's
It's a
not-
little
no,
bit of like the
Karis
Minority
style. Yeah,
Report
yeah, yeah.
style of like
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
Don't
affect
put,
the
don't put
yeah.
it in the report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that is the story, and again,
Yes.
it's linear. This game is very much about like the story that it's telling
Yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like letting it wash over you, isn't it?
For sure.
I get-
And
yeah, I just- I asked it 'cause-
once you find a point in the thing where you can go in here, it'll sort of that golden bubble you walk inside it, you can see here, and then you can find something to focus on to be able to go back further because you can't just rewind time
Yeah.
from the start
Sure.
right back. You have to go through there like
That in
beats.
itself is the puzzle mechanic.
Correct.
That you kind of,
Yep.
Yeah.
And really like the narrative gating.
It's the narrative because that's
Because the pu-
you
it's
know,
not-
there's conversation points for every single option here. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I would say it's not even that much of a puzzle game, right?
No.
Like it's just it's you're walking through a narrative,
Yes.
and it is using some really cool video game design
Yes.
to just drip feed that story to you. So yeah, you know you're gonna step into the bubble and you're just gonna have to look at a thing. That's not a puzzle.
Yeah.
But then it tells you more story because you accomplished
Correct.
that.
And it's still early days. Like I'm only 2 or 3 hours in, but there is a lot of dialogue options. And it's like it was one of the first memes that I did on the show when I started
We'll
producing
remember that.
Pocket. Yeah, the Telltale sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for, Telltale. Where it tells you almost every single dialogue choice you make, there's a thing that pops up. It's not all the time, but there's so many of them where it pops up and says that's affected something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
that's unlocked, and so I think potentially I don't want to, I'm not that far into it, but I'm gonna play it again because I think there's probably the branching
endings.
narrative
Yeah.
of those different choices potentially are pretty large.
I've had dialogue options pop up that were grayed out and then
Correct.
resolved to
You can select
accessible
them. Yeah.
because of decisions that I'd made
Yep.
prior.
Yep.
So I don't know if it always shows you
It
when
just-
you're
it-
not
sorry.
able to do something.
It's Unreal Engine 5 and it just looks crazy.
Yeah.
It looks so like to be able to do this and you with Q and E on the keyboard you go back and forth. It's like playing a tech demo.
Yeah.
But there's so much good narrative and voice acting to go with it.
It's really well paced as well because these like cases or this crime scene that you've walked into is probably like 40 minutes a game. Maybe
This
a little,
first one, yeah, I think so.
Maybe
yeah.
maybe a little less. But it's like
Depends on there's points throughout this process where you can walk
Explore
around
a bit.
and press everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm one of those gamers. Like,
You click on the bike?
I click
Yeah.
to examine every single thing where I can because I want to know
Yeah.
and this has the. And by the way, huge fan of LA Noire, right? This has the LA Noire, like you pick something up and you can turn it around and like
rotate.
yeah.
Yeah.
all
That was the
sort
thing
of-
you liked about the game.
No, but it just like
Totally.
it's this is you going to your apartment. The scenery and like the
Just
you
immersion
said
kinda
like
through.
the world building
Yeah.
and like the I think you said something before, but like just the vibe of this entire thing. It's so what's the word? It's like so well thought out and like nothing's missing. Nothing was
Intricate.
rushed. It's like
Yeah. It's an intricately and incredibly detailed. Every space you're in has heaps of detail.
obviously
but-
being linear the way that it is linear, you can do that. Like
Absolutely. But it also allows itself to, through its music and through its pacing, just like, riding an elevator has a weight to it just because of the it just gives you this feel, and then most of it I think is audio design.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're in these really detailed worlds and it's just laying all the weight of the mood of this city on you.
You're seeing
really
here,
effectively. It makes everything feel so cohesive and tied together. Yeah.
I mean, this is the evidence board. This is how you sort of connect clues from that first crime scene.
I found this really interesting.
This was really interesting because obviously he's doing this in his apartment with bottles, empty bottles, but they've got you're rearranging them. You can put them wherever on this grid.
I do this at home too.
And what's that, sorry?
I do this at home too.
With empty bottles.
Yeah.
That's
And when you're solving murders.
Yeah.
Just trying to
have a lot-
rearrange
just
the
have a lot
living
of
room.
bottles.
He's
Yeah,
like,
okay,
now
that's
this
fair
bottle of
enough,
wine
yeah.
is the couch, and this bottle of wine,
They're all empty.
this one's not empty yet.
So this also like it talks you through this. You know what this is? This is very Alan Wake 2 with the board. In terms of how
right,
how it like it's walking you through story beats by you arranging things, which is exactly what Alan Wake 2 does.
Yeah, this is the most puzzly part of the game, where you're
Yeah.
linking
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of the
yeah. 'Cause you can get it
clues
wrong.
that you found.
You can get it
in
wrong.
the crime scene.
Yeah, okay, right.
So this is actually where you start having to think about what you just experienced.
Yeah.
Is there an element of, in a good way, like a rinse and repeat in terms of, you talk about that rewind mechanic you have, that I saw like the little X-ray device you have as well.
Yep.
Does it feel
There's
like
a black light in this too.
does it feel like mission progression is
call it
obviously
UV,
the
it's UV.
cases are going to get more complex? Does it feel like that's predominantly the game? It's rinse and repeat. It's do a case, solve it.
That's what it
unravel a
feels
bit
like.
more
But
of story.
there are two big narrative threads that
Yes.
it teases early on.
Yep.
There's this like political turmoil, and it's attached to the creators of like the
shell.
the shell
shell
com-
technology,
immortality
yeah.
thing.
yeah, basically like that's the Blade Runner of it. It's like the Tyrell
Yeah.
Corp.
Yeah.
And then there is, and this isn't a spoiler, it is in that opening scene, like this femme fatale character who it's unclear whether that's like a lover from a former part of your life or is attached to maybe to the shell that you're in now, or
right.
there's like this mystery attached to this other character, and the fact that you are not responding to your own body.
Yes.
That just adds like, so there's these two big story threads happening in tandem.
Yeah.
That make the whole thing just really intriguing, and is why I'm enjoying that the game is quite simple
Yes. Yeah.
in
So
how
you
you
can-
play it,
you
because
can be absorbed in that
you're
and-
just trying to
Yeah.
follow these narratives.
I think what you said about the weight of this world feeling like it's there and on you as you move through it, it reminded me a lot of the latest Batman movie, like the
Oh,
Rob
the Batman.
Pattinson
Yeah.
movie, like just
Yep.
how that world is set out, how it all feels when you watch it. It's like that's Gotham, you know,
vis-
it's like that
visceral,
feels like Gotham. I don't know
noir,
what they've done
you know,
to do it, but like this is this place.
Yeah.
It's hard to put into words. It's like it feels so. Yeah, weighted, I guess. is the word,
It's just like it knows its tone and has nailed it, and that's like, I feel like that's easier to do with film than it is in game.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. I think just like because that
Well, games are unpredictable. You can't predict how someone's going to play the game.
you can't predict how
Whereas-
someone's going to play the game. This game, you don't move quickly. Like it does a lot of things to help you get into the feel of the game.
Yeah.
But like you can be thrown off so easily by just like the suspension of disbelief, or the what's it called when you look into someone's eyes and they're fake.
Uncanny Valley.
There's like the uncanny
Yeah.
valleyness of video games that this doesn't have, and I mean it's benefiting from being on like a really modern engine and
Yeah.
looking as
Yeah.
beautiful as it does. But yeah, it just, I mean, look at that. Like that isn't even a framed shot. You're just looking a little bit
I'm looking
down.
at it.
I'm
Yeah.
stoked you guys are enjoying
Now it's
playing
framed,
it,
yeah.
or that you're getting enough out of it to not
Yep.
feel like you're just playing an interactive movie. Because
Yeah.
like I saw the trailers for this and thought like, this looks great. This is tonally what I want to play. But
Yeah.
I was a little concerned there wasn't enough game in it. That it was
Yeah.
going to feel a little too passive. And I'm glad from what you're saying, and especially like that it's
It's-
doing the work. It's doing the heavy lifting of the
Yeah.
world building, but it's also letting you still feel
You can
invested.
see
in your
here
having
there's some conversation options.
well,
like-
yeah, you've got control over these story beat moments, at least, or at least feeling like that.
Really
'cause
quick, sorry, Gus.
Sure.
There's a line here from Sarah.
I can't hear it or read that.
James,
It's
you
a-
stupid C.
Oh, it's a
word.
C word.
It was
but
a, it was
not
a,
a
and
future.
it was. I heard it. I was shocked, and the character was shocked.
You were mid
and,
nose
like,
blow when it happened.
I was mid nose blow. It was like Ruby was in the room with me. It was crazy. No, and he actually. I
She had
don't know
legs
if it's in
from
the
Tuesday
footage.
and a sailor's in a mouth like a sailor.
I don't know if it's in the footage, but he like rouses on her after, and it's like a really nice moment. Everything's it's just well written.
Yeah.
And yeah, what you're saying about you worried it was going to be too passive. I think the control you do have, and it mostly being narrative, mean like I'm getting a lot out of it. Like,
I don't
yeah.
want to play it in VR.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a 6-hour experience as well. It's,
Oh,
it's-
really?
Yeah, it's not big, and it's not full. Like it's.
Great.
Can I ask how much it was?
I think it was like 35. 40
$35 bucks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really well valued.
Yeah.
full disclosure, I got Santa Code.
Yeah.
And it's the only reason I knew the game existed. Was the
I
PR
had
reached out and they're
seen-
like, "Do you want to play this game?"
I've seen a bit of hype. around
I'd
it.
seen one trailer,
But
which is
no,
a
only-
YouTube algorithm
you know,
to
I
me
just-
last week.
Yeah, I'm a
Didn't
bit
get
disconnected
release
from it all.
schedule.
Yeah.
But as soon as it, as soon as I
37.
started playing it, I was seeing people talk about it and
Yeah.
noticing people. Talk
I heard a
about
little bit of hype. A few
That's really- I think
YouTubers
that's
said
a
like
really good price
keep an eye on
point.
this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I'm stoked at 6 hours. I'm actually really going to give this a shot now because I didn't even
It's-
think there was walking around camera movement. I
Yeah.
thought from the trailer it just looks like it could almost be like a click through mist.
Well, it's such a
style.
cinematic looking game.
Yeah.
that
It
you
is,
would
yeah.
you would forgive it for just like walking
This is
you
all
through the
cutscene.
cutscene. I will say, Nicrotex is KBMing it or controller fine. I think the game would actually feel better with a controller in terms
Potentially.
of how cinematic the you know
you
flicking
want to lift your head up slowly.
flicking
to look at that
flicking a
poster.
mouse around is the
I
thing,
was-
the only thing that is like, oh, I'm playing a video game.
I had the similar experience, and it's not. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way they've done the engine, or whether the way they've done the code. But the mouse felt really jerky, especially when you try and move it slow. Because I was trying to like
There's smoothing on the mouse, which makes it feel
right.
jerky because it's weird that it's changing on you.
Right.
Is what I think.
I
Take,
found-
take your pills, Josh. You're clearly not.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not-
yeah. I found I dropped the sensitivity all the way down.
Yeah.
And it was fine after that.
Yeah, okay.
Like, in fact, this footage you're seeing now is after I changed those settings. Because the other thing I'll say is obviously my footage is in ultra wide. Like I have a ultra wide monitor at home, and the HUD freaked out a little bit on mine.
I had the same thing.
I had to like
If you're
you
on
basically have
ultra-wide,
to,
you need to FOV
like
tweak and
I didn't have to FOV tweak. I just had to change the resolution in game and then change it back, and then it fixed. Even some of the footage early on, you would have seen like some of the UIs cut off when you're using the rewind mechanic as well. But this is part of like he's out of sync with his body. It's very Altered Carbon-y as well. If you've seen that series, I haven't seen too much of it, but like
So good.
he's not functioning, and it's another.
I hope for a short narrative it pays off because then
Yeah.
it's a lot of you're both talking about a lot of awesome setup.
Yep.
2 hours into a 6 hour game. I'm
Yeah.
like, I hope it doesn't.
it feels
balk
like
the
it
ending.
couldn't. It feels like it could. Like at this point, it couldn't possibly not
I
stick the
know,
landing,
yeah.
right? Like because it's just the writing has been so on point
has,
the
yeah.
whole
Actually,
time.
I love that. I didn't realize that there was the immortality thing, and now I'm like, oh, the title. Yeah, I just thought it was just trying to be a pulpy title for like a detective noir novel, but it's like that immortality shell mechanic.
and
That's
it's
really
like,
interesting.
in the game they call it final death because when you die you just get a new shell, right?
of course.
And so when you first go to that first murder scene with the guy hanging in front of the burning tree, it's only when you go up to him and you start investigating that you realize actually his Icharide's completely fried. Like he's gone.
I'm
Like
gonna play this.
and it's in the first 10
That's
minutes.
35 minutes.
Yeah,
in the max,
but your partner,
10,
like
yes.
Sarah, your partner, like the cop partner, starts freaking out. Like she's like,
yeah.
doesn't know what to do.
Didn't
She's
know that
like,
could happen.
because
Yeah.
they're used to
never seen a
investigating.
final
They
death
investigate
before.
these murders, but
And it's-
they're not really dead. You're just there to recover the Icarite, and it's
And-
And move them into another
Talking
shell.
back to the world building and stuff
Yeah.
like this whole concept is really cool and interesting and Blade Runner-y in that like you're walking around the halls of your apartment after you get out of the lift and there's like clippings from newspapers and stuff
Yes,
like
yeah.
that, and it's like and big ads for like it's compulsory to do X amount of exercise because you need to look
Shell.
after the shell, right?
Yes,
like
yeah.
the government owns your body,
Well,
and therefore you need to be doing.
Yes.
If you're found to be not doing what the government requires of you for your body, then you face the
it's just-
consequences, and it's like
It's just
it lays it
Philip
on
K.
so
Dick.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Part of that as well is that you're investigating some of these guys are massive businessmen with like the rich of the rich in this world don't have to worry about any of that because they can just buy a new body.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, it's
so
an awesome
it's a really
concept.
cool concept.
Yeah.
I'm having
Very
a
cool
good
game.
time with
'Cause
it. Yeah.
It feels like lower class people are growing the bodies, and upper class people are just taking
That's
them.
why
right?
you're the detective. You're working it
Potentially,
out.
I don't
Little bit
know.
of that going on.
I think there's going to be some of that for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure. Yeah.
Very keen to check that out. I'll run this out really quickly.
So modern day America.
Jesus Christ.
Got him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll run this out quickly. I wanted to return to a game that I played that I talked about 2 weeks ago when I got my hands on the early access that was part of the Game Pass, but it's fully released as of last week, and I have not stopped playing Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. I love this game so much.
Were you spinning there to give yourself a chance to remember the name
Not
of
at
the
all.
game?
I remember
Yeah,
this
okay,
name
okay.
so well now. I
What is
looked
it?
at Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess.
Okay.
It is my game of the year. I love this game
Ooh.
so much. I will be intrigued to see if another game comes along that can absorb me as much as this game is currently. If you want to know more about it, you can go look at the YouTube where I talked about it originally. The short TLDR version is it's a tower defense style game where you do these little tower defense levels where you've got to move a goddess from point A to B, organizing troops and hack and slash actioning as well within that. And then in between those stages, you can return back to the areas you've completed and you can rejuvenate them by sending the villagers to build the township that is in the area that you just played that like corrupted level through. And that's a thing that I've both made a social on that'll go up on our social soon and that I just can't seem to get like past loving so much, which is that yes, these stages that you're seeing me play out here are high stress tower defense levels where you see them at the beginning and you think, shit, okay, I've got so much to do right now. I've got to clear the corruption. I've got to unlock my troops. I've got to allocate them to roles. I've got to put them in certain areas. And I got to hope I'm doing it right because at night, all the monsters come out. They come from different areas. The way this game has progressed, I put about 35, 40 hours into it now.
What the fuck?
I'm obsessed with it. I'm 100%ing it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The way that every stage seems to introduce a new mechanic and continues to do so, I'm so impressed by. We're talking like some levels, all the villages, there are no villages to unlock. So it is just a U-towered single-player hack and slash game. One level is you all jump on a boat, so there's no lanes. There's just monsters coming in little boats towards you, and you have to put them on other corners of the boat. At one point, a boat floats up to you full of monsters. The monsters jump off. The boat lifts up into the out of the water, and it turns out to be the head of a giant creature that then sticks its tongue onto the boat and tries to rock you all off it.
That's
and I was like,
awesome.
that was one little standalone level. So it has not stopped surprising me. This one, for instance, covered in goop that if you touch it, you die, and the part of it is you need to rebuild areas so the goddess doesn't walk into that and just die instantly. So from the action element of it, I'm just constantly impressed. I've been trying to 100% every level so I get all the bonuses, all the collectibles, all the currency, and I just have this perfection mode switched on, which is just I have to make these runs work exactly right. The creature design, every new level brings out a new ultimate monster, and they are so disgusting and so cool and have such interesting effects that mess up your whole setup that I'm just... And then it does that classic thing where one of them pops out as a boss and it, might do something like it sucks onto the head of the goddess and suddenly starts walking her backwards. And you go, that's a horrendous boss. And then it turns into a standard enemy in the next level. And now there's multiple of them. And you're like, shit. That thing the thing I was stressed about is now a standard enemy. And so the roster of monsters has been incredible. But again, the thing that has completely won my heart in this game.
Is it the Empress?
It's not the Empress. She's a
Too lowly for her.
She's a goddess,
sorry,
Peter.
buddy.
For God's sakes, the name of the game is Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess.
I see.
No, it's
right. Is her name
Kunitsugami, Path of the
Kunitsugami?
Angus.
Path of the Angus.
Path of the Angus.
It's not this action tower defense stuff, which I love.
Yeah.
It is that base building, base management thing.
Yeah, right.
Because the way the game is just so beautifully designed in a way that you will do this level, it will be gross, it will be foul, it will be scary, you will complete it. That rot will disappear and turn into just a clean, normal area. You then go back and you allocate your villagers to it. It is busy work. It is a tacked-on Cult of the Lamb-esque town management part B to the part A of the game. However, as you then have to complete stages to make time go past to have those villagers build those sections, so it's not instantaneous. You need to revisit your previous levels as time progresses to see the work they've done.
So
Every little thing
it's like
they do-
you're creating little dioramas that you get to revisit and they're living.
Josh, could you scrub just a little bit further right to the end of this
Yeah.
clip and see what I'm talking about? Not only are there these little living areas, they are beautiful. The music is just so lovely. The villagers are all relaxed, sitting around happily, just like wandering around, kicking their feet. The animals that were corrupted are now just happily moving around. You can pat every animal. There's cows, bunnies, elk, cats, shibus. Like everyone is just
Shibus.
It's so weird because you then become enamored with this
Yeah.
area, and you're like, hang on, this is the same area that I was fucking hating
Yeah.
an hour of 5 minutes ago, an
What
hour
about the
ago. Of course. And now it is this treasured little area. And not only, obviously, does it become really beautiful, but you get bonuses and you'll get this, you'll get a perk from the goddess at the end when you complete the rejuvenated area, which is a currency that helps you fight in those later stages. So it's busy work, and it's there to extend the life of the game, and I love it. I just can't get past it, and it's making me.
But it's and this is true in the way that you're talking about it. It is the reward.
Yes.
For the work that you did.
Yeah.
Is like you get to watch the transformation take place.
It's all the little satisfying, crunchy kind of when you finish rejuvenating an area and you zoom out to the map, little fireworks go off. It puts a stamp on that saying that area is clean now. And it's like, it's clean. And I can't get past it. Like, I do not want to rush this game. I'm treasuring every moment. I've only just hit the point where I'm running levels that I'm failing and going, shit, all right, I can't be... Like,
then you get to go back and visit the...
I need to go back to the goddess. But, I need to make sure that I'm picking the right troops. I'm suddenly the roster of all the troops that you can create. Originally, it was just like archer, woodcutter, sorcerer. Now it's sumo wrestler, marksman with a rifle, thief who sneaks around and... But you've only got a certain amount of currency and villages to allocate, so it's sort of... The possibilities feel endless. They might not be, but there's definitely a right way to run that level. And between that, then you've got placement and all that. So it is totally absorbing. I've been thinking about playing it every second I'm not. And I just think on top of that, as I said, it's just a beautiful game. Like that art style, that sort of Japanese folklore is in everything. There's a lot of stuff that when I first started playing it, when I talked about it, I found a little confusing, quite literally just the symbols. Yeah. Like, not just the language, but like symbols, I was like, I don't really know what they all are.
Yeah, that's Japanese.
I don't quite understand. It's like another language. But now it's like all those little icons that represent things being worked on, being completed.
You're learning Japanese?
I'm learning, I think I've learnt Japanese.
Could you, if I gave you a pen and paper right now, draw the symbol, the What's the Japanese letters called?
Kanji.
Yeah.
Can you draw the kanji for repairs?
I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell me it's not that, so...
I would, because I just saw it.
Oh, okay, right. No, but I could draw you the little symbol of the little rice bun that you get when you...
I just can't even draw the Stasi S.
But yeah, it is all... I've put so many hours into it now, it's just not Japanese. But the symbols and the mechanics of the game are all just second nature now. And... I always say this, but the last thing I will say is I was just blown away by, like, I'm 30 hours into the game, and suddenly an unlockable was like, oh, cool, you can now spend the currency you would use to upgrade all your troops. You can now do that to your main hero. And a huge talent wheel just bursts open. And I was like, what? And there's all these upgrades in there, like, oh, now you can use a bow and arrow. Oh, now you can have a special attack. There are all these combo attacks. And you'll need this currency that you get from town planning to do it. And I was like, what a weird thing to keep behind closed doors until...
How long into the game?
Like 20, maybe between 20 and 30 hours. It just suddenly became a mechanic. And some of them were things like upgrades, like press 2 triggers to bring all your troops together. I'm like, hang on, that's not an ability. That's a feature. So they're making... There were things that I criticized when I first played this, like, I wish there was a way you could do this or that. And I'm like, hang on, these are abilities, and I'm only just discovering them. So...
Well, I mean, they're obviously powerful... tools to use during the
heat of the moment to be like, quick, I need to press a button.
Like, so well, now
one of them is you can
the complexity
you can
and
press
give
a button
you the power
to warp back to her. And I was like, that feels like something a game might introduce as just a general mechanic, but they've put it behind a little like upgrade wall, and props to them, because I'm like, wow, that has made my sort of understanding of what this game could be in the next 30 hours be a lot more exciting than it already is. So I love it. I can't get enough of it.
I've never seen anything quite like
that's the end of my footage.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, you're being so stealthy.
I wonder if there are other versions, because I do keep my eye out for all types of tower defense. I love them. The only one I've never played, which I feel like it might be similar to, is that Orcs Must Die series, which is...
Yeah, I guess that's got some...
I never played it, so I'm guessing.
I played a bit of one of them.
Yeah, okay.
And that is a little similar. It's more mobby.
Sure.
Like... and it is an action tower defensey thing, but it certainly just feels more. This feels way more refined, just from what I've seen and how you've described it, and like a better distillation of ideas, as opposed to that other thing feels more like.
I think there's been 3 of them, or
Orcs Must Die. I think it is up to 3.
Yeah.
That's more like a way more traditional tower defense, just played as a hack and slash.
Yeah.
Whereas this, still has so much strategy in it.
It's developed, or at least it's published by Capcom, and it does feel like, it feels like someone could tell me, this is a something type of game, and they've existed for years, and there's heaps of them,
totally,
and I was but I haven't seen really other
yeah.
good examples of it, and I just, as I said,
You can play them on the streets of Tokyo by putting a coin in and pulling a lever.
Exactly. It's like, they've
yeah.
existed for years in the East, but we've never had that kind of game here. I think there's also an element of looking at it and the sort of clutter of design. I'd usually be a bit averse to that. But again, if that's turning you off the game at all, I would say just push past those first couple of hours, and you very quickly start to see through all of that beautiful design for the core game that is there and is very technical and addictive and just a heap of fun. And I wish more people were playing it so I could talk about it with them, because it is just, it's on Game Pass and on PC Game Pass as well. So I've been bouncing my save between the work computer and my Xbox at home.
Excuse me, what?
And it is just, it's wild. Please give this a shot, because it's going to be on my Game of the Year list.
Well, yeah, it'll be on your list. Let's see if it's number 1 5 months from now.
I mean, it's getting like 80. Oh, what? On my list or in
Yeah, on
general?
your list. Yeah.
What's in 5 months?
The end of the year.
Shit. Okay, well, that snuck up on me. Much like the end of this segment. Thank you, Josh, for pressing the button. So Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, don't forget that name, is what I played. Josh, you played Nobody Wants to Die?
I did, yeah.
Ruby.
Much to Peter's dismay.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Someone
I'm
had
so
one.
glad
I
you
know,
did.
I know, yeah.
And like, because I'd played a few hours of it when you were like, I'm checking out this game, and I was like, please talk about
I
it.
said too in the meeting, I was like,
You had a polite
Peter
argument.
might be playing this game this week, but yeah.
You're the reason I've spent so much time in Throne and
Oh,
Liberty.
cool. Yeah, okay.
fuck it's called.
Thank you for
Throne
reminding me
Throne
that
and
you
Liberty.
played
Yeah.
Throne and Liberty, and Ruby, you played Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dusseldorf.
Husseldorf.
Yeah.
Those were the games we were playing, and we're going to look at another game before playing one after this ad break. Stick around, won't you? Hold it. Is that really the controller you're going to game with?
Well, sure. Haven't you heard? This one's got all the famous buttons. Circle, triangle, square, X, and more.
Well, there's gaming, and then there's gaming in style. Here, try this.
We are robots. Well, it certainly looks amazing, but what makes it more edgy than my PS Edge back home?
Well, take a guess. How many kills in Call of Duty do you typically get with your regular controller?
Well, I suppose 3.
That's right. And now guess how many kills in Call of Duty you'll get with this We Are Robots themed controller.
I mean, 4?
Higher.
7?
Guess again.
Well, it couldn't be 9.
It's exactly 9.
Well, that's a KD ratio I could get behind. But hang on. What's the catch?
There's no catch. We Are Robots can improve all of your favorite gaming statistics simply by making you look way cooler. And implanting you with nano components through thumbstick injectors for robot-like response times.
What the fuck?
We are robots, we are legion. One of us, one of us.
A word from our sponsors, a message from you. A word from our sponsors, they're easy to do. They're fun, informative, flexible too. So send in your word today.
From Arsvogel to Zygodactyl, we're looking for words from our sponsors to feature on the show. Got a word in mind? Grab your phone and start recording. Need a word? Read the dictionary, you moron.
A joke or a ditty, we're fine if they're shit. Just send in your word today.
Check the Back Pocket Discord for more info.
Ladies' night.
Hold me in your arms, don't let me go.
Wait, we're going to jump on that?
Yep.
Dropping?
Doingy.
I don't know where we're... Jesus, run! We're going to jump. Ha!
And
me.
jump. No! You fucking bastard!
Hold me
If
We just
do
need
that.
to learn the timing of this spin. Jump on now. And oh no.
Follow my lead.
Sure.
We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. And it's such a fuck this all to hell.
All of this, all of that can fuck off. There was the I don't know what that was. This bit was good. That was well designed.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I like that bit.
Shannon's been a bit netball and I had to be back at work. We didn't know what was going on.
Welcome back. We saw a word from Muso for Hire. It was a word from sponsor, reminding you to send us words from sponsors.
Send us more than one.
Send us more.
We don't have enough.
We need more.
We might have run out.
Literally, just do a funny video for us, please. I think
It
it'd
will.
be cute.
It will.
I want Belly Kate to do a follow-up to Queef. Let's get Queef 2.
Queef 2 Electric Boogaloo.
That's my pitch.
You know what? I'll double down on that and say everyone who's done a word from the sponsor
Needs to do a Queef video.
needs to do a sequel to their word.
Okay.
Oh, I like
So
that.
it's individual. I think the only two who have done that so far is VR robot. Oh, who did VR with the Roomba? Spazarus.
Yes.
They
changed their name from Spazarus.
and they did a sequel to theirs. So everyone who's done one, think of a sequel and think of how you can improve on the first, but then never actually reach the heights of your first word.
And if you haven't done one before and you would like a bit of inspiration, I'm sending out a request to do Goop, please.
Can you give us a clean read of that? Josh, can we get a zoom in on Ruby while she does her word that you could use as a word from sponsor next week?
You're up higher than you were before.
It's just sitting on your legs.
Goop.
I like that you've
Nice.
implied some confusion there as well.
Yeah.
That needs to be added to the video.
Goop.
Send them in. We'll put them in the episodes. It can be
Multifish
anything.
did do a whole series. That's true.
That's
do
true.
more.
Yeah,
Do it-
BMAC did a whole
I
series.
miss Belly Kate commented there. Belly Kate, say the same thing again, and no one else talk. Belly Kate, say it.
They're the same thing?
No one else talk.
Oh, not us. You mean chat.
Oh, can we talk?
Yeah,
No.
okay.
Okay.
You can talk.
Oh yeah, we also saw ads for We Are Robots, as well as the socials, as well as the Patreon merch, the very freaking cool Ladies Night T-shirt designed by the lovely Jazzles.
Who has hopefully changed the spelling of their name too.
No, don't let
She hasn't.
Gus convince you to change your name. I think the spelling that you
let
have
me
is
gaslight
beautiful.
your grammar.
But yeah, the beautiful shirt. You can still join the Merch Pocket tier and get that shirt. So I think
This is the last week you can
this
do
is
it.
the last week that you can do it. So
You gotta
if you
join
sign
the-
up now for the Merch Pocket tier on the Patreon, you can get that shirt, and it's cool as hell, baby. So do it.
We also had our social there. Did you know that, Josh, you and me belong together?
We do. Hold me in your arms.
Don't let me go.
I want to stay forever.
I was almost on an
Closer each
episode
day.
of Home and
You
Away.
were almost on it?
What?
I was almost on an episode of Home and Away. Yeah, I remember I had they put curlers in my hair, so my hair was really curly. I was a little kid. It was
But
when
you shot it.
It was it was when I was doing like child acting stuff. And I was like in the dress up van getting ready, like we were about to shoot, and then it started raining. And so, and no joke, the shoot was cancelled.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
No, there will be no home and away this week, everyone. It rained, and it never rains in Summer Bay.
No,
I'll have
never.
you know.
Well, it was that was the vibe.
Unless someone needs to make a dramatic monologue.
Yeah, unless
then
it's dry.
sometimes
Yeah.
And usually then they just get a hose off to the side while they're on the beach at
that's
Palm
true.
Beach.
That's true.
Or if it's raining, they just get a Hemsworth to smile into the sky and everything clears up, I think. Anyway, sorry about that. I have a new chair.
He does. Look
Gus
at him
is
go.
a new chair, and we have a new segment.
What?
So get ready for Swifty's Shifty Ship-Tease, baby. Bam! Gus, this is really cool.
It's so pretty.
If you're after a deal on a second-hand starship that won't break the space bank, then come on down and see Joshua Swift. He'll make you a deal that's out of this world. So set your coordinates to Swifty Shifty Ship-Tease, where our prices are about as low as our expectations for this segment.
Oh, that is delightful.
Is this a Star Citizen segment? Josh, what's going on?
It is a Star Citizen segment. Welcome to my show now.
And Josh.
It was actually Gus's idea.
Don't blame me
brought
until the
to
segment's
us.
over.
It's brought to us by Ausnaminator.
Hey, well done.
Thank you, Ausnaminator, for sponsoring the show. I'm not used to saying this stuff.
Yeah, you're not great at it.
Yeah, I'm not great.
The guy upstairs, I think, does a better job.
He does.
Josh?
Yeah. He's not impressed with
He
that.
agrees.
With
Look at that.
that assessment. He's not impressed at all. Anyway,
He's really angry.
He's so shitty.
he's so
something?
angry. I
He's
don't
just
know.
bored because this Josh took all the keys.
Yeah. Well, I
that's
mean,
right.
he's not allowed to. Same as Ruby.
I will be pressing another button.
For Ausnaminator, we like to pick a place in Australia. This is going to go well. Some obscurely named place normally, and you guys have to guess what state it's in.
State.
And
okay.
I've picked a place. Let me check that this is working.
Is Jarcine saying, isn't this a show about real games, implying that Star Citizen doesn't exist?
Wow.
Because that is a fucking great burn.
Wow.
Got him.
That is so good.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know Star Citizen was out.
It's not.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
We're going to learn
He's
about
pouring
it.
his money into a giant hole.
Speaking of a giant hole, where is...
Jericho.
Ooh.
Oh, like Chris Jericho.
Like the Bible. I
Like
was
the
gonna say,
Bible.
but
But sure.
Anyway, here's Jericho.
Okay.
Judas in,
Bethlehem.
Judas in my mind.
That's good.
Is that a dark patch or a cloud going over the right? No, that's...
I think
okay.
that's probably a dark patch of Earth, I suppose.
Yeah, true. I
That's
guess they don't get clouds in
that's a
satellite
piss stream.
imagery. When you go to Google Maps, it's not just like, oh, it was foggy that day. or
Yeah,
cloudy
no.
that day.
They
Well,
usually
of
wait
course
for it
they
to be
would.
clear.
They would just update their map with clear imagery.
Yeah. Okay.
The satellites can't see through clouds.
No, I know, but I'm just starting to have like I'm just starting to have a mindfuck moment where I'm like, wait, are there any clouds on Google Maps
No.
Hey, do you,
at all?
There would be.
guys,
Yeah,
There'd
there's
be a
gotta
cloud
be.
or two for sure.
Maybe.
Over the ocean.
Potentially.
Oh, we got
I don't know. I don't know if
Let's
it's just
check the
because I
ocean.
don't have
we
my.
can't.
Someone check
It's
the
not
ocean now.
interactive.
I don't know if it's just because I don't have my glasses on, but the bottom left corner, that body of water looks like a cock and balls.
It's not a body of
Oh
water.
my God,
It's
it
not a body
is.
of water, but it is a cock and balls. That's just a straight up cock and balls. 'cause
That's
that's
just-
what it
that's
was.
cock
It
and
is, but
balls.
it's not water.
Yeah,
Anyway,
alright, so,
So do they
Peter.
not clean up the clouds over
Yes.
the ocean because they're over the ocean and they're just no one bothers?
It's, well,
I
if,
guess
it-
so.
if it's not blocking land, it doesn't matter, right?
That's what they want to see. They want
Or
to
do
see.
they just? Do they actually? They wouldn't do satellite photos of all the ocean. They'd just go, "That's all blue. We know nothing's out there. We don't have to waste the satellite."
Why?
Maybe, I
What do you
don't
mean
know.
waste the satellite time? It's fucking up there orbiting the planet. What else is it doing when it's over the ocean?
Guess.
Take a fucking photo.
But no one would know. You could just go, "It's blue."
Well, you reckon they just went like generative fill content aware bullshit?
Paint bucket.
Yeah,
blue.
yeah, yeah.
Oh no,
just
some of it seeped into a gun.
Yeah.
Gus, where
Oh,
is
it's Queensland.
Jericho?
I also think it's Queensland. I just have a hunch. I have a hunch that it's Queensland.
We're busy talking about satellite imagery, but if you want to know, yes.
Ruby, where is it?
Can someone please post a photo of a cloud on Google Maps in the creative channel?
I would love to know. Don't fake it. I'll know if you're just pasting clouds.
Ruby, where is it?
Oh, it's Queensland. You showed us before.
Yeah, we all know it's Queensland.
Remember when you fucked up before?
It's in Queensland, everyone.
Hey!
Thank you so much, Ausnaminator.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. Jesus.
Now you know what it's like being down here, okay? That guy up there's relaxed. He's chilled out. He doesn't have to worry about
That
anything.
guy looks comfy, doesn't he? out
He's
there?
fine. We're all just...
Yeah, look how this guy's having a great time.
Can't tell if
for
it's
him.
him.
Oi,
He's on his
Get
phone.
off your phone,
get
mate.
up and do something, bro.
Oh, he just
Where's
jumped
he
on
going?
himself.
Oh my god,
How do
he's
you
He
do
can
that?
teleport.
That
I
was
didn't know
so
he could do that.
scary.
He's speed.
That was crazy.
Security
That was
footage on
crazy.
speeding.
Anyway,
Why can't you do that?
that is me.
He
so
does that.
I did do that.
No,
He's right,
I
he's-
really don't think you're the same person.
I kind of like the one up there more.
Yeah. I feel like he's got a smaller head.
Josh, what are we doing?
What does that mean?
That's brutal.
You think my head's big?
No, I think his head's small.
Okay.
You've got a normal sized head.
That's just because you're closer to it.
Okay.
Oh, I have my glasses on.
Your head is like twice the size of my thumb.
And you're like this big.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
In this segment, no, Gus, what is this segment, Gus?
Well, okay, look, it's a treat to have you down here, and we thought, what could we do with Josh down here that we couldn't do with you up there?
Kiss him.
Come here.
Want a kiss? You have a
But
little
Josh,
kiss?
for anyone who doesn't know, is a very big fan of a game that doesn't exist yet and is a massive waste of money called Star Citizen.
Very big fan is pretty.
He's not
I
putting
guess
it
it's
right.
accurate. I guess it's accurate. I backed it when it was on Kickstarter
Sure.
back in 2011, 2012, and one of my favorite games of all time and one from my like childhood almost is Freelancer.
Yeah.
Which was made by Chris Roberts, early 2000s, Microsoft Game Studios. It was awesome. I still go back and replay it every couple of years. And this is like
A spiritual successor.
a spiritual successor, but also like this is like what he would have wanted to build if the
Yeah.
technology
Yeah.
existed. And even now, the technology doesn't exist. They have made it in the last decade or so to be able to do what they want to do because he doesn't want to compromise on this thing, and they don't have to.
No,
because
they haven't.
What do you mean?
They haven't. The technology doesn't exist. The game
They've-
will never come out.
It's all right.
Well, the game has been famously in some form of like upgrade
Alpha,
limbo
yeah,
of
yeah,
alpha.
yeah.
But you love the game. You love the ships in the game.
I do.
And I thought this could be a chance for you to bestow upon us some of your adoration for this game, but also try to explain to us what it is you love so much about it. And in doing so, if I had the budget and the time,
Yes.
would I be interested in
I'm about to
potentially-
sell you some ships.
Sell me a ship.
Or a ship. It's a specific ship.
Sell me this ship.
Yes.
Is what I'm
So,
asking you.
Hopefully this works.
Yeah.
Those who
Because for the longest time you tell us about this game, but I
Yes.
don't really know any point of reference from it outside of the sexy trailers that I don't believe is a real game.
I've just watched you walk past a man putting another man in a bin.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. I don't remember.
That was funny as shit.
So Josh is going to take us for a crib style or maybe like real estate agent tour of his favorite ship, his biggest ship, his most
one of my ships.
All right. And you've spent real money on this.
I have.
And it's
I
in
have.
space, yeah?
I'm gonna try and turn the chat off. Hang on. The in-game chat. You guys.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Chat, please. We need you here to try and bring us down to earth in some form because.
No, because it's in space.
Yeah. All right. I meant more that this is just a waste of everyone's
Reese has
time.
Reese has
You
purchased a ship
pitched
after
the segment.
I know. I'm being a dick.
the
It's a ship tour. It's a star tour.
Yeah, but I believe that Josh doesn't live on his ship, so
Oh.
he's going to at the start here walk us to the
Oh my god, this guy.
Does he live on
ship
like a
garage?
space station or something?
Okay. So.
Do you get a house?
What's a ship garage called?
Hangar?
Hang on.
Is it a hangar in space?
Peter and I are
no,
looking
the
for
hangar is on.
Peter and I are looking for something in the mid-tier range, something
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
could,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I'll
and
start-
you're a
Our
child,
budget
okay.
is £3 million.
we're literally about to walk you through. This is how you.
Oh my
log
god,
in.
you were asleep?
This is how you log in on the game. Like
Yeah.
you're in your little apartment. I chose my starting area to be on New Babbage, which is a planet in the. There's only one system in the game at the moment. Hopefully, I don't use a controller normally.
What's
This
a
is
system? Like
Like a star system.
No,
like
no,
a
I know,
solar
but like
system.
is a system can you get through the oh my god.
Oh my fucking
This
god.
is going to be riveting.
Can I give you a mouse and then you walk with the keyboard?
Oh no, this door pad's broken.
Hang on. No, it's gonna work. I
Open.
just gotta get out.
Oh, the future is amazing.
Oh my god, Chris Roberts, you've done it again. You
Get it
brilliant
out.
motherfucker.
This is
So
gonna.
so like
gonna
the
work.
idea is that after they develop the technology, they'll be able to build a game outside of this room. Is that the goal? This door doesn't open yet, or
Stuck
No, it
citizen.
does. It
That's
does.
what it's called. Open the fucking door. Open the room.
what
bay-
is happening?
This worked in testing.
Open the pod bay door, Josh.
Okay, hang on.
Right, take a run up at it.
Dunk.
I'm
It's fine,
confused.
it's fine.
Why is it not doing it?
Yeah, because it's in
We've got to look at a couple of other.
Oh.
We've got to look at 3 other ships
No,
today.
no,
so
it's-
can we
it's-
really get this thing moving?
F. Are you fucking kidding me, Joshua?
Oh, we've gone into it.
No, he just looked
You
down
just need
because
to
he
look at
touched
his cock real quick.
Is it still there?
It's at least the game's not crashing the computer, which is what happened on my Monday night stream.
Oh, the test.
Okay.
Is it because it doesn't
Reload.
want you to go?
No, I will be right back. I'm just gonna go upstairs. So yeah,
You
I
gotta
can
go
I can
upstairs,
fix
you
it.
gotta
I
go
can
upstairs.
fix it.
He can fix it.
I
This
just
is amazing.
yeah,
can
don't-
fix him.
I don't fully.
I can fix him.
I love that we couldn't even start on the ship. He's like, I'm gonna have to walk us there.
Yeah.
Can't even get out the
So
room.
you guys are my 2 gay dads.
Yeah, sure.
In this scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I'm like the
Troubled
teen,
child?
Yeah, the troubled teen who doesn't really want to be here.
Okay.
And we're
Yeah.
looking for we're looking for a ship that can accommodate us and our lifestyle and the lifestyle
This is the
that
funniest footage we could possibly have hoped for.
that you're in.
This fucking broken, dumb game.
Oh, it's just us now. Well, the thing is, okay, to be serious, sorry, off your tangent for a second. I've looked at trailers of this because I was cutting that little stupid video at the start, and every trailer looks so damn good.
I know. Well,
It's
there's been
made out of
13
parts-
years of great trailers.
It's made out of things that look like first-person shooters, space
Ruby,
games.
touch the button.
What'd you press? Oh, you're doing
You
those
go down
ones.
camera
Good
cuts.
work. She's a
Go
she's
on.
a good child. You're getting your own room on the spaceship.
Whoa.
Oh my god, the evil one.
And that's the end of the segment, says Barry. Yeah, everything about it looks amazing. Josh showed us a video that was made in Engine that was showing off one of the racing ships. That in Engine, the developers of the game had made a Top Gear style segment branded as a fake version of Top Gear with a Jeremy Clarkson-esque character that's lip synced beautifully, going, I'm testing out one of the ships and I'm giving it a race. And he then, to music and everything, flies around a star system to sell a ship that you might want to buy in the game. That was their promotional material, and it's fucking perfect. I implore everyone to go and look at it, but I'm like, I still don't want to play this game.
Well, I'm sure they had plenty of time to make ads, right?
Absolutely. And they've
stuck
got
in their
plenty of
rooms.
money to make ads.
Yeah.
I'll drop this little nugget because Josh was telling me before. I believe they were making, I can't remember if there's a year or month.
Right.
I think it's month. It was somewhere between $6 and $8 million a month on ship sales.
What?
And then they did a promotional thing last month or whatever when he bought this ship he's about to show us, and it was $25 million for the month.
Well, the joke was we were going to get Josh to show us around
How
his
crazy
ship,
is that?
and then we were going to have it. We were going to put an offer on the ship to see, maybe guess how much
may
it
have
is.
made it up.
I'm sure he hasn't spent stupid amounts of money.
He spent $8 million a month.
No,
Yeah, that was literally
There's
all
literally
Josh.
only one person playing this room simulator, and it's Josh. Lothie, yes, he spent more money on ships recently. Yeah, so this is a con.
See, the thing
And
is,
it's an extremely effective one.
if they spend maybe another like 10 years on this game and don't release it, maybe it'll get to a point where the technology is so good that he can go on the ship and then it's worth the money.
Maybe.
maybe,
Yeah.
potentially. There is-
Maybe Chris Roberts will
we're hearing,
develop
like,
a spaceship.
the creaks of floorboards as Josh runs back and forth in a panic to escape the imprisonment of his bedroom. Are we
All right.
out?
I fixed it.
Did I do
Congratulations.
good?
You did so good.
You opened the door. Let's see if the spaceship door is
I
open.
press the button.
All right, impress us.
Okay, so
Exit.
this is the corridor of the apartment complex.
Can you go back to the other side of the door that was locked before?
I
so
want you
can
to
I
prove
want the whole journey.
We're not going back in there.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
in
good,
case.
another door.
I think what happened
So what was
was
wrong?
Don't
with
explain.
it?
Keep going. Keep going. We
It's
trust
all right.
Don't don't worry about the technology.
you. Guys, we're elevator time.
That tech issue is one of millions that this game has,
Correct.
I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Blinky says, I missed the door. Don't worry, there's more
I was
doors.
about to
there we
say-
go. Does this elevator work?
Yeah.
Hey!
We're in the elevator. So now we have, as I was saying before,
The future is now.
we have to go to the lobby.
This is like making small talk with the real estate agent while they show you the apartment.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
There
I
we
need to
go.
get in character.
Yeah.
You'll
So-
find there's garbage chutes on every floor.
Ruby, pay attention. This
There
could be
is.
where we're living.
So that's where you start in the game. You start like in an apartment on your where you've selected to start.
Yep.
Now we have to
It's
go
thriving.
to the spaceport so we can get
There's
in
someone.
our ship.
There's people.
The port.
So these are NPCs. Yeah.
Don't talk to them. You'll embarrass
These
me.
are NPCs. This is that way is the apartment. Like the Aspire Grand is where I live. You can see
Sorry,
that.
we're on a bit of a time limit here, so can we
Are
just?
we?
We'd love to see the ship.
That's
How
the
long is it-
Brentworth
how
Care
lo-
Centre.
When are we going to see the ship?
In about 5 minutes when we get to the spaceport. So we
Are
have
you
to go down to
joking?
the metro and
My
catch the
legs
metro.
hurt.
Catch the metro to the spaceport.
What?
Yeah.
You actually have to catch a train.
This is by the way, this is meant to be when it's done. It will be. We have to wait 20 the train's arriving in 22 seconds.
I want it now.
This will be an MMO super grind. Like experience. That's the intent of this. In fact, there's some discussion.
I'm into that.
There's a discussion around at the
Whoa! What the fuck was that?
The trains are very buggy.
That was a train.
It was a train. That was not stopping at this station.
Clearly. Train's here.
It will be soon.
Train
Maybe
Zero.
Come on, train.
Maybe that was a train and it accidentally went past. So it's reversing.
It's either going to spawn in or it's going to reset the timer because we'll have to take the next one because this train has not spawned in. Hopefully, it does. Oh no!
This is the best ad for this fucking game I've ever seen.
This is really good.
I'll tell you one thing. This is unfortunately quite a common experience. Let me
Is there
talk
any
about
other way for us to get to this ship?
No.
Let me talk through my experience with the game. Right, because
Wait, is there?
I think
another
this is
train
actually
coming?
better.
Is there an
Sorry?
experience with the game?
yes.
Or is it just this?
So, originally when I backed, it was like maybe a year after I backed, they released the initial like ship hangar. It's like a pre-alpha, like it was almost like a tech demo, right?
Are we killing time while another train's coming?
We're killing time while they reset the server, so
Okay, cool.
it should come good in about a couple of minutes. If it doesn't, we're gonna just move to the
Do you know
next
how long I
segment,
spent on
suppose.
that title card?
I do know, and
You
I'm
should've made it
surprised
longer.
you did it. We can play it again. Anyway, I love space. And I love spaceships, and these guys are doing something really ambitious. But the other thing that I really love about the development of this game is that they are such a doors open, and the amount of
Come on, mate.
No.
Choose better phrasing.
Well,
The doors
okay.
don't
doors-
literally don't
yeah,
open.
Yeah, no. I just mean the transparency that you're getting here because this is a AAA development team that is global. There's studios in the UK and also in the US, and I think maybe in Europe somewhere as well.
Yeah.
But the amount of content that they produce and the amount of transparency that they have on their development cycle and process is crazy. And that's the other part of this that is obviously
It's
the
like
game. The game's buggy, but how open they are with their development process
Yeah.
is awesome. And I love that experience of following this thing over the last decade because they are real. It sounds such a copium, pyramid scheme thing to say, but they are really doing something that no other game dev is doing, and the way that they're doing it is unlike any other game dev as well.
It to me is so reminiscent of things like Fire Festival, how transparent they were about how sick that party was going to be.
The documentary series on Star Citizen is going to go crazy.
Oh, it fucking will, because people are going to go to jail. It'll be amazing.
They're not going to jail.
This
Listen,
is a con.
If it's a grift, it's employing thousands of game devs around the world every single week. And you know what? I'm okay with that grift. I'm okay with that grift, buddy. Because I also get to watch it.
Do they patch in a replacement bus service for the trains?
Yeah, can I get a
Buses
line vibe or
replacing
something?
trains between
is no,
these two stars.
Yeah, I mean, this is Avexia knows this is a familiar screen for us when we play, but
No,
Yeah.
look, yeah.
hey,
Oh,
Here
train
it
running.
comes,
Here
here
it
comes
comes,
the
train.
by the way,
I've never been
I
more-
mean, the train will timer should reset in a sec, but
Never been more.
what
It'll be a couple of minutes.
what just happened is one of the newest things that they've had recently, which is the fact that when a server crashes, because this game's in alpha, it's still it is.
How long's it
I
been in
feel like
alpha?
I feel like I'm back against the wall.
No, it's okay.
Hey, wait. You absolutely fucking are. All of us here think you're insane,
I know.
and you're in a cult.
Yeah. Let me see if the other train's here.
I don't know. The
Which
more,
is crazy because I would think that I'm the most likely to be in a cult out of all four of us.
Weirdly enough, the more this keeps happening, the more I see the appeal of this game.
Anyway, what-
Because I like
You like waiting for the
I like
train?
the weird, dumb, mundane.
If you had to wait for a
games.
train,
I
this is a
play
nice station to
I
wait
play
in.
fishing simulators.
true.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
like, suddenly the idea of a train waiting.
Does a server crash when you cast a line though?
No, that's true.
I don't think so, but we'll see if the trains come good in a second. Anyway, but what
You're
was
so
saying-
patient in this one.
you kind of have to be. As my
Show us
hydration
around the train station
and,
while you talk. At
yeah,
least.
sure. I
You
can
really
do
do
that.
kind of have to be patient for
Can we
this
look at?
game.
Is that
Yeah,
the
show
metro
us the
map?
map.
This
Show us
is
the
the
map.
metro map. So this is New Babbage. So the city is
Quick, look for a train. There could be a train.
Is there, are there
to the
two
right.
lines?
It may come while we're wait.
I mean, it's
No,
a
no,
very
okay.
nice looking train station.
Okay, but that's progress, right?
So
now there's delayed.
We are currently at the Aspire Grand, far right hand side,
In the itchy
and we need to catch the train here to go to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport, which is where our ships all are.
All the ships are there.
Why are there not like a line of people here waiting?
Can
like,
I listen? I tested this and it worked today.
Oh my god!
So
if the train never comes, you can't go to space.
you can't go to space. Can I
it's me. No,
talk
the train's not
about
running.
the server error that just happened? Oh, we might be updating here. What just happened is a server crashed, which would normally in an MMO kick everyone out of the fucking
Well, that's
server.
what I was expecting you to do. Like,
What
quit.
just happened is they started up a new server, transferred everyone who's logged into this one and the game state over to a new server, and then that's when it unfroze.
They just forgot the train.
That technology is insane.
You've broken Peter.
See, the thing
The
is, when
lights
the
are
game
on.
fucks up, they've actually found a way
It's
for it to
broken in
fuck up.
spectacular ways, guys. You've never seen a game
Train.
that's broken.
What the fuck?
Well, the train's here. The train's here, everyone. Is there anyone on it?
Get on it!
Can we get on it,
Get on it!
please? No.
I love this. Oh my god.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me.
The next train to crash into the station will be the.
So the asking price is $25 million.
So can you get on the
in a
train?
month. In a month.
In a single month, yeah. So what you were saying, I heard what you were saying before. The total
Holy
amount,
fuck.
the total amount of crowdfund for this game since the initial Kickstarter
Yeah.
is at $715 million US, which means it's over $1 billion Australian dollars that's been spent on this.
This is what $1 billion can get you, ladies and gentlemen. You
Yep.
just got booted.
No, I logged out.
Oh, nice.
He quit.
I'm
So
gonna,
that
I'm
works.
gonna see if.
Are we gonna wake up in your room again?
Yes, but we'll see what happens. If this
step
doesn't work
forward,
now,
3 steps
we'll
backwards.
axe it. But
Oh, this is so fucking
No,
funny.
I want to get on this train.
Can we put this whole segment up and just call it new ad for Star Citizen?
Yeah.
I love that you just turned around and it was just like
you can't really.
trains here.
You can't write
Billion
those.
Australian
Has
dollars.
that happened to you before?
Not that. No, that's
So when
never
you
happened.
fuck up, that's great.
A lot of the time when you're on the train, it can desync and then it gets sucked back into the tube. Like you start going outside the tube.
It sounds like
and then it
space
sucks back
horror.
in.
Like, it sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah,
something's
yeah.
gone wrong in the actual simulation.
Oh, it's just the game breaking, but that's it's
Question:
yeah.
Why does the train have to?
Sorry.
Why does it have to come in intervals? This is a video game. Like, why isn't it just press button for train?
Do you not understand the technology that has been created to make the trains arrive late, like in real life? No one's ever done this before.
It's immersion.
I like a little bit of immersion, but it's
Well,
still
the
like,
metro loop is a metro loop, so it's a.
Oh, fucking hell. You are so pilled up, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's fucking crazy.
Well, no, I'm answering Gus's question. He's
I
like,
know,
why do
but
they
like-
come in intervals?
I
It's
know, but
because
it's
there's
like,
they move
you
around the
don't-
fucking circuit.
You don't work for them.
I don't work for them.
You pay them.
Yes, I know.
And this is the shit they give you.
It's in alpha.
it's in alpha.
How long has it been in alpha?
About 10 years.
Oh my god, Josh!
No, listen, it is really fun when it's working. No,
I'm having a lot of fun.
Riding the
I will
train.
not deny
This is
that I'm
fun
having
in a
a
way.
great time
This is
right
fun
now.
in a way. We're not playing, but we're having lots
Oh
of
my
fun.
lord.
And
Anyway.
I want to talk about what it's like to be on the train because we're not on it.
Yeah.
You physically sit on it and have to wait.
You normally you can sit if you choose.
You can
to.
stand though.
But you can just stand.
It doesn't go.
The technology allows you to sit or stand.
Yeah.
You can
on the
miss
train.
it. Is that what you're asking?
It doesn't fast travel you there.
No, you go. It's pretty quick, but it doesn't. You know, it's fast, but it's not a snap thing. No.
Okay.
No, it was very fast. I saw it.
Yeah.
It was so fast you couldn't get on.
Sometimes it's too fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can kill you. Yeah.
We did get there and it went. Sorry. Came round the next loop because it is a loop, Peter.
It is. It's a metro loop.
It's like getting hit by a bus and then still having them open the doors. Come on.
Is this
Anyway.
broken now?
No.
No, this is fun.
This is some of my favorite content we've made this year. Just,
Yeah.
By the way, this isn't stalling for the sake of stalling. This
No,
is joy.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there was a chance that this is what this segment
and there's a
turned into.
whole system, is there? That's the technology is incredible.
My question was
There's
this:
multiple planets.
when you said there's
How
only
How
one
many
system,
planets?
how many planets in the system?
That's a good question. I think there's
Approximately.
5 or 6. Yeah. Yeah.
So less than ours. That's pretty fucking piss poor.
Okay.
I could go to space easier than this shit. If I had $1 billion, I would be in space right now.
I can catch a train easier than this shit right now.
Jeffrey Bezos would take me there.
We're in.
We're almost in. Yeah.
The
Here we
main
go.
menu.
Okay.
No, we loaded the menu.
Let's.
Can we do best?
Let's enter our name.
There is an Australian server.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's pretty good.
Now
yeah.
I'm into this.
Now I'm into this.
Wait, we were just loading a menu.
No,
it failed to log in.
load.
Yeah, so we went back to the menu. You should get a beer. Can I have one as well, please?
There's only one left.
Oh no, I shouldn't have another Red Bull. I'll just drink my water.
Anyway, yes, as Pete was saying before, the significance of that week, though, there are some ships in the game, like starter packs and stuff, that you can buy year round. But the big ships that they release, and they release new ones every year, you can only get during that specific week. So that you can't actually buy those ships outside of that week.
Yeah,
That's why it's a big...
Yeah.
That's why it's a huge spike for them.
Yeah, it's massively criminal.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, if you
Where's my beer?
There's only one left.
Oh, okay.
Josh,
You've got to
if-
drive
if-
the ship.
If you maybe give me like $5 to $10
Yeah.
at
Is there
any
some
point,
boxed wine
I
for
can
him?
like draw
No, that's
you
okay.
a picture of an alien or like
Yeah,
something,
that's cool.
and I feel like that would probably be a little bit more substantial than this.
You gotta earn your fucking beer.
You'll get a beer when you get us on our ship. Only
Yeah.
then will you get your money.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what to talk about.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You cannot shut up about this game. You are not going quiet on us now.
What else can I say?
Okay.
Is this like the worst case scenario?
Tell me
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, cool.
tell me how many ships you own.
I have, I think, 6 or 7.
And you bought your first one in 2012 when the Kickstarter
Correct.
launched.
But one of the I like this personally because and
you
you were talking about
you like this.
no what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Which is that you can similar to some like I don't know what the analogy would be. I was going to say Counter-Strike skins, but it's not Counter-Strike skins. It's like you can if you buy a $50 ship.
Mm-hmm.
And a $100 ship comes out a year later, you can upgrade your ship to that ship for $50.
Yeah.
That's the difference in price.
Yeah.
There's no punishment for like doing that. Every ship at the moment in the alpha is like that's the value it is, and so if you want to upgrade to it, you only have to pay the difference.
Yeah,
And
the punishment is that you just gave $100 to Chris Roberts, and he's not going to give you a video game. So
Yeah, okay. Apart from that punishment, I have done that a few times. So my
but you've still spent $100.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But you're not punished for trying to do this, and
You can have the $100 ship.
Yes.
You don't have to spend $150 to have both ships.
or it doesn't punish you for like
Is it
your ship. No, I'm not going to say that. It's going to sound bad.
no, say it. We need to hear this. This is an intervention.
You're slowly coming to
your
the
ship
realization
doesn't
that
depreciate in the game after you've bought it. If that
Oh,
makes
but it's
sense.
worth $0.
Yeah. Why
sell-
would it depreciate?
John,
in
I'm
the first
talking about
place?
the upgrade system.
Can you
Yeah,
se-
yeah,
can
yeah,
you
yeah.
sell your
Yeah.
ship back to someone else?
To Chris Roberts?
You can see yourself for store credit. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
No, we don't do full refunds, but you can do it.
But what I'm saying is, my starter pack that I bought in 2012 or whatever, it's not the same ship now. Like I've upgraded it a couple of different times.
Okay. But you still.
I've only spent, I think, $1,200
Yeah.
over the last decade.
How many
you know
bored
what I mean?
apes do you own?
I mean, no, none of those.
I mean,
But these are very much like NFTs.
I was about to say.
Anyway,
Is this broken again?
I think so.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I wanted this to work, and it worked today. I tested it today.
I don't want to laugh.
No, it's funny.
We're
There we go.
Oh, what a load. What a load.
What a
Where are
janky
we?
load.
We're in bed again.
Okay.
Okay.
Every time he wakes up and he's still in the night. Oh god, I thought I was out, but I'm still in my dorm.
I still got my $50 ship.
Can I get out of bed?
I don't know. You tell us, buddy.
Maybe you're just really sleepy. Maybe you're just really sleepy. No, it's like sometimes I'll wear my hoodie to bed and then I find it really hard to get up because I'm too warm and comfy.
Maybe you're still fighting a paralysis.
Sleep
demon.
paralysis.
Maybe you're just really comfy.
Select the will to get out of bed. What? We're
Are
drifting off
you
again?
drifting? Yeah.
Oh, but guys, check us out. You can see the chest going up and down because he's breathing. You've never seen a
Do you
system
not
like
understand
that
the
before.
technology that goes
It's
into
quite
making that?
impressive technology.
Kind of unsettling, really.
What the actual impressive thing is that whole chess piece is made out of 1 million tiny trains.
Ah.
That's how they get
Why
such
aren't we
detailed
waking up?
detail.
So
All the
cool.
polygons. Oh, you flopped a bit.
Oh,
Do
What was
another
that?
floppy bit.
I don't know.
I'm having a seizure?
Oh.
Do you need to go upstairs again?
Get up, you're going to miss the train.
Come on, the train arrives in 20
You're gonna
seconds.
be late for school. I honestly do not fucking want to see your ship. I don't want to get there.
I want to get to the hangar doors and be like, don't let us in.
Let's use a med pen.
This is like deeply upsetting for me because I know you just want to show your ship.
How can we?
Is it what? There's not.
Call for help?
Maybe you're still asleep.
Futon 83. I want to see it more than anything now.
Oh,
Where Floyd
all
says,
I
"Fuck
want
the
to do is
ship,
see
just
this
lay
ship.
there."
I desperately want to see this ship.
Can we could just stay here for another 10 minutes.
Come on, Josh, you can do it.
Um,
Wiggle your
Just
little,
hit snooze.
wiggle your little toe.
Let me use the
You go
keyboard
upstairs. I'm sure you. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. If you check upstairs, it'll be fine.
Oh my lord. I knew it was buggy, but I thought that was just everyone piling on like internet joke meme level of like, oh, it's not working.
This is clearly like an exceptionally bad session, which is so fucking hilarious.
MTV's buggy crew. Yeah, I again looked at some trailers and was like, is this free to play? And Josh's like, yeah. I'm like, I might try it. And Will was like, this looks pretty cool actually, but this has just turned me off.
Oh, I'm
so
100% real right now when I say I thought Star Citizen and Starfield were the same game for a very long time.
Yeah, no,
understandable.
they're nothing alike. But EVE Online is the game that anyone who's interested in this should be playing. Another game where you can buy ships, but
you don't get to do any of the first-person stuff though. And there's a shooter based on this that they brought out last year.
No, there isn't. There's a trailer for a
Yeah,
shooter.
Starfield.
No.
They brought out a shooter.
No, I know, but there's a trailer for the shooter thing. And it's like none of this is real.
I thought that came out late last year.
It's a fucking tech demo.
Oh, okay.
And it probably doesn't work. You can't open the door to go into the shooter bit. Starfield is nothing
No, it
like
worked.
this.
He was waiting for the train.
He was waiting for the train.
Standing there with your
He
rifle.
was waiting for the
I'm
train.
ready for the shooter bit.
Elite Dangerous, get into it.
That's Elite Dangerous is apparently one of the better ones to use with a hot ass.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
A what?
hot ass.
What do you mean?
Peter's got a hot ass, and I just bought a hot ass recently.
Oh,
This stream has made me want to join a cult. Thanks very much.
Okay.
You're very welcome.
You
Loki.
don't have one?
no.
H-O.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Can't
hold
your
on.
Eve ship get blown up permanently?
Yes,
Stark
I
Magnus?
do.
Yes. That's what makes it such a fucking fascinating game.
I just want to get on this train
The-
so bad.
What's not going to happen?
It
I've given up.
is-
I've
is
given up.
Peter. How's he doing?
Oh, I don't want to.
He seems to be-
I don't want to snitch.
No, he's fully rebooting
I
the
think
game.
I think he's fully rebooting the game.
Yeah.
Is he looking up on Wiki?
Sometimes you just get a little too tired and you want to stay in bed for a really long time. That you gotta Start the game again.
He's crying, guys.
He is sobbing upstairs. Full reinstall, it'll be fine.
Amazing that we've
just verify the integrity of the train files.
It's amazing that we couldn't get out of a room, we couldn't catch a train, and we walked it back so far.
It's getting worse.
That we couldn't
the
get out
most
of
recent
bed.
load, we couldn't fucking move at all.
Yeah, we're just a bit depressed. We couldn't get out of bed.
I would be too. I live in a
The
empty-
technology is incredible. You can literally want to kill yourself inside the game. Isn't that amazing?
It's so amazing.
Okay,
Um,
run that title card.
How are we doing?
I'll give it one last go and then we'll call it.
All right.
Yeah,
all
okay,
right,
fair
all
enough.
right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I just want to be
It
honest with you.
looks
At this
really
point, we don't
cool.
want to buy the ship anymore.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
we have considered different options.
But
it's not your fault. We just it's a difficult time in the market, and we realize there's a lot of factors out there that weigh into this decision.
How deep into four figures are you?
Did I not say?
You said 12.
you said 1,200.
1,200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
okay,
it's
that's good.
nowhere near what I've spent on League
This
of Legends.
this experience has been
and
worth.
League of
worth-
Legends arguably a worse game.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has been worth $1,200 to me.
My question
Your
is
$1,200.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't
Not
think,
mine.
I don't think he's wasted $1,200 of money. I think he's wasted a lot more of that in time.
He's invested $1,200 in.
Listen.
Like how many hours?
Whatever
do
you
think?
guys are gonna roast me about, I am happy with what I'm
Totally.
getting out of the game. Like I really am.
And why wouldn't you be?
Okay. Personally, I like it.
You have shown me clips that are hilarious
Yeah.
and like
The-
so immersive.
The potential for this is really good.
Yeah.
You told
and-
me one
and-
anecdote about it that you might have even repeated on the show at one point about the most boring, mundane thing in the game that I genuinely found the most fascinating.
Right,
thing.
was when they brought in persistent entity streaming.
Persistent rubbish.
So persistent entity streaming was brought in probably a couple of major patches ago, which means that if you go anywhere in the system and you fly to a planet, it's server like region based, and you leave something there, and the planets are planet sized, like you can't walk around them. Like
Yeah.
you have to get in a ship and fly around them, otherwise you'll never get anywhere.
Yeah.
They're very big. If you drop something on the ground and you remember where it is to
It's
come
still
back
gonna-
to,
yeah.
it's going to be there for weeks and weeks and weeks.
So it's just
before
the
it
trains
despawns.
that disappear from the server.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
what
didn't
happened
disappear, it
was
just got stuck.
That's true.
in the game at the moment they don't have like a trash system or like a janitorial staff of NPCs. So there are trash cans around the space stations and the locations on the map and like the buildings and apartment blocks and all that sort of stuff. People were putting their trash in the bins and the bins were overflowing because they don't despawn anymore. But there's no janitorial stuff or code in the game to wipe the bins.
Fucking.
You wouldn't believe
wild.
the technology.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The trains don't run on time. The bins don't get collected. It's the future, man. You gotta check it out for yourself.
It's like if this thing eventually becomes functional,
There are parts.
it'll just be such a fascinating story.
Yeah.
I still think it will be a piece of shit game.
You reckon?
I don't think it will ever be what they aspire to achieve or tell people that they aspire to achieve. I think they've achieved wealth and they're
Yes.
pretty comfortable with that.
Well, I mean,
Who wouldn't be?
they're spending it on devs. They're spending it on
They're not
people's salaries.
No, they're fucking not spending
they
$8 million a month on salaries.
Absolutely they are.
There's no fucking way.
There are...
There are 8
hundreds,
employees.
There are hundreds of devs in multiple studios around the world. That's fucking expensive.
They've got studios in the Cayman Islands, studios in the Bahamas, studios
in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
That's where the ship is. I think we have to call it.
Show us the load screen one more time, just for luck.
Look
There
at
it
it
is,
go.
everyone.
Wow.
And maybe we could play the.
Honestly, the servers are not having a good time tonight. That's what happened because when I went upstairs, I could see the like in-game chat, and they're like people are logged back into the server and it hasn't fixed itself. So like the servers are cooked.
How often is that happening? And I'm not shitting on the game.
This has never happened to me. Like to this level, with this many restarts and times, it's not happened to me. So they really picked a good one.
It's probably more times than it's
You know what, Josh? The train station looked really pretty.
Thank you.
Play. Hang on, don't quit. Just play us out with the card, and maybe it'll be loaded after that. Oh, I wonder if the game could look like this.
It does look like this.
When?
Where?
Listen, one of these Monday streams I will do a Star Citizen stream. The reason it didn't work last time was because my PC like couldn't
If you're
stream the
after a
game.
deal
as
on
well
a
as play it.
second-hand starship that won't break the space bank,
That's
then come
me.
on down and see Joshua Swift. He'll make you deals out of this world. So set your coordinates to Swifty, Shifty, Ship-Tease, where our prices are about as low as our expectations for this segment.
I mean, is that not?
He even teased us with the idea of getting on a ship, and we never fully ship climaxed.
Yeah.
Oh my
Look, you didn't sell us a ship, but you did bring a family together. I'll
broken.
tell you that much.
Oh.
Isn't that the most important?
We're gonna have some fun in Star Citizen in a Monday stream, but for now we're gonna go to
Yeah.
a break.
Leave that. Welcome to the game plan. I'm coming to you live from this void space. Now, let me put games in your void space. Earth Defense Force 6 is perfect for anyone who played Helldivers 2 and said, this needs to look like a GameCube game and also be a lot more stupid. That's a compliment. The Sims 4 Lovestruck expansion adds the worst part of modern day dating into a live sim. That's right, there's now an in-game dating app, so even the hotter version of yourself can get no matches. Conscript is a new take on the classic survival horror that's not just scary because it puts you alone in the horrors of World War I, but it also puts you alone in the horrors of being French. Havoc takes the tactical team-based FPS and flips it on its head by letting you break stuff to reach your targets. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker.
It's just one of those days!
And finally, Exhausted Man is, strangely enough, my life put onto a video game. I have no idea how they got this footage of me, so if you'll excuse me, I need to go talk to my lawyers. Goodbye, game plan over.
Every ninja knows that after a hard day at the dojo, there's only one place that can satisfy your hunger, and that's NinjaPyroo Native Barbecue. Nestled deep in the heart of the bustling Kakadu National Park, you might not see our signs, but you can smell us from a mile away. Enjoy our signature flame-grilled kangaroo burger. It may look like 2 juicy root patties with onion, tomato, pickles, and a dash of Pyro barbecue sauce on a toasted bun, but don't let your eyes fool you. This burger is 100% kangaroo. Check out our extensive menu of delicious native delicacies. Smile and throw back some of our plumptious balls of popcorn quokka. Introducing our saltwater crocodile croquettes. Take the bite back to those ancient monsters. And back for a limited time, from across the Tasman, try our exceptionally rare strips of stripy steak. Get it now before it vanishes for good. Our venue is now equipped with multiple function rooms, perfect for toddler birthday parties or CEO karaoke. So come on down to NinjaPyroo Native Barbecue today. NinjaPyroo Native Barbecue. From our backyard to your plate.
Welcome back to the show. We saw a word from Samantha.H. One of the very earliest ones we got, kindness. We saw the game plan from the Void and the ad for NinjaPyroo, who is in chat. Great to see you, NinjaPyroo. And I really enjoy Tasmanian Tiger.
Every time that steak goes on screen covered in tape, I'm like, I'm actively hungry and disgusted at the same time.
I'm annoyed
that
that I want
to pick that.
It was
shit
a well-cooked steak, but I couldn't sear it. I tried so many things to sear it, and then I ended up just giving up and putting tape on it. So there you go. That was I think our last segment cannot be topped, but we do still have more show to go, and it's one that I believe audience will be able to participate in. I can't remember exactly how they get involved in this part of this game, but we are going to play Back and Jack.
Thank you, guys.
What a disappointment Jack Black's turned out to be. This segment is sponsored by DumpDaze. Whee! And of course, DumpDaze, thank you so much for sponsoring the show. DumpDaze, the fantastic comic creator. We're going to read a DumpDaze comic for you now. I reckon it might feature an ibis.
What are the odds? No ibis. Sorry, moving on.
It does feature. Is that Comic Sans? Backed by popular demand. Deep Thoughts with DumpDaze.
I like this. Bit of classical music.
To your stomach, all potatoes are mashed.
Wait, what?
Sniff, sniff. Well, that's no good.
Wait, what?
What a waste of scotch. So,
it's deep thoughts.
The deep thought was, to your stomach, all potatoes are mashed.
No, I get that.
So, what the implication being that by the time any potato that you consume gets to the stomach,
no matter how it was cooked,
it could have been a fry.
It could have been a fry.
By the time it's down there, it may as well have been mashed.
Because you chew it.
Understood the reference. All I know is that there's a special circle of hell reserved for those who waste good scotch.
Oh,
yes. I'm just
okay.
Just like,
you don't tip that out.
Maybe
it wasn't good scotch.
But it's not rubbish. It's not trash.
Maybe it was Johnny Red.
Ooh, yeah, actually, for that. Just keep walking.
On the rocks.
Yeah, just keep on walking.
Johnny Red on the rocks. No, thank you.
Please, more of those. I love the deep thought segments.
They're good. Okay, so we're playing a Jackbox party game tonight.
Feels appropriate.
We're going to jump into... It does feel appropriate. We're going to jump into the Jackbox Party 7.
Yes.
Pack 7.
Yep.
And play a game called Blather Round, which is when we choose a prompt, and then we're going to have to describe the prompt with limited word options. So one person is playing at a time.
Okay.
The rest of the couch will...
Have we played this one before? Potentially not.
I don't know that we've actually played this on the show. And
I'm excited by that because we've played the same ones quite a few times because they're good, but I'm tempted to try something new that might not work. It's the evening for it. Thank you.
Right. So we're just jumping into the room. We're just jumping into the room now, and once we're jumped in, we'll tell you the room code so you can jump in as audience, as opposed to jumping in as players.
Nice.
Have you showed it to?
Oh no,
I can see because I'm not blind like you freaks.
I'm not blind. I'm just not good at seeing.
It's giant.
Alvy.
Oh, you fucking idiot!
I think you have the start, right?
Yeah, you already done it. That's why I said it.
Howdy.
Sorry, I think. Do you have the everybody's in button?
Everyone's in.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
nice.
the VIP.
Hopefully, no one else got in time.
Howdy.
All the NBNs.
The NBNs.
It's no 6 pubes. We got that in Fall Guys one. The room code was 6 pube.
Oh, I think Watermark's covering it.
It is.
We need to hear this.
We need to be able to hear it.
We don't know how to play this.
Is OWVE.
But your options are very limited.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
Everyone else will be guessing. While you make
so
more
Moby Dick
elaborate
is a huge
sentences.
Pale critter.
Oh,
only one
it's a
person
lot like
knows
Free
the
Willy
Moby Dick thing. The other 3 are
2.
guessing.
Yes, of course.
By these prompts.
Yep.
Moby Dick! Be fast to win big.
Dick.
And teamwork is rewarded. So talk out loud and work
I
together.
am not entirely sure.
Let's begin.
Okay, I think there's 14 ready. I don't know if it's just the 4 of us. Or not.
Round 1, coming right up.
Okay. Okay, we're
Pick
good.
a prompt. Remember, don't say it out loud. It's a
secret prompt.
If you pick a harder prompt,
Picked.
you'll get more points if someone
The
guesses
room
it
code is
right.
OWVE, by the way.
Alvi.
Now you're going
LV.
to craft a sentence that describes your prompt. On your device, you'll see 2 word columns. Pick words to build a sentence describing your prompt, and then tap submit when you're finished. You can always change your mind. Just tap the word again to take it out.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Weird.
That works. I think.
And I want those prompts to be helpful, right?
You're trying to get us to guess what your thing is.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it obscure.
No.
No.
That wouldn't be fun.
Okay.
You're right. That wouldn't be fun.
No.
Somebody's
Unlike
got to
us,
go
it's-
first.
All right,
And it's
Peter.
you.
It's me.
The category is place.
Categories place.
Place.
So I have a place.
It's
and
a yummy
one.
place.
It's a yummy place.
It's a yummy.
Okay,
place.
guessers, now's your time to shine. Type in guesses
Now
on
we
your
just gotta
device.
guess. What do
That
we think
means
it could be?
everyone in the
Italy.
audience, too.
Ooh,
In the
I'm-
meantime,
Because of
the presenter
pizza
will write another
and
sentence.
spaghetti.
Interesting.
That's good.
Yummy place.
Yes.
Is it?
Or
Why are you
I'll
typing,
just do
Pete?
this, I'll just do
I'm
this,
not
I'll say-
typing. I'm giving you the next
Cafe.
Oh,
prompt.
we could.
Ice
yeah,
cream
because
shop.
he keeps giving us prompts.
Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Oh, we keep going?
Yeah, we can keep going.
Is where you
Mouth.
No.
because it's weird that you taste.
Yeah, sure.
Or nope, I'm not gonna write that.
Right, what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Hit the skip button to get a new sentence with all new words.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
I need some
It's a
more.
yummy-
I got a bad second word.
Okay.
It's a yummy place.
What is Peter describing? A yummy place.
Oh shit.
Maybe like a
Is it gonna do that thing where, like, if we
I'm
get
sure you'll
close, it's
pick the
gonna
right
go yeah?
word.
Or is Peter?
It's where you are the human.
Where you are.
That was literally the most realistic thing I could pick up.
What?
It's fine.
What? It's a yummy place. It's where you are the human.
Okay.
Fuck?
Is
I have no idea.
Okay, next one.
Space.
It's a brand name
Oh.
version.
It's
of
a brand
restaurant.
name
it's giving us-
version of restaurant.
When the presenter uses your
McDonald's.
guess in a
Narrate.
sentence,
Damn it, Ruby.
McDonald's.
time is
So much cuisine, guys.
Oh,
So much cuisine.
Is it an American
what a
American
sweet
restaurant?
little sentence.
Yeah,
So
it is.
small, so
I'm not allowed to
cute.
tell you anything. It's. Oh, I lost my prompts. Did you guess all of yours?
did you get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
It was either going to be that or like Cheesecake Factory. I forgot these games are pretty American.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they're very
God.
American.
We're your family. I believe is their
Well
motto.
done.
Isn't
Well
it?
done.
Everyone's
I
family.
didn't
When
realize
you're-
I
when
could
you're
just.
here-
I
when
didn't
you're
realize
here,
I could just
family.
keep going.
When you hear
But
your family.
just
Everyone who
if you're
contributed a
in,
helpful
just keep
guess
looking at your phone
gets
because
some
you can just
points
keep
too.
pumping
Yeah.
prompts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay,
I didn't.
cool.
I didn't. fully
They do
realize.
often say Olive Garden. It's where you are the human.
The category is
It's a yummy place.
It is a yummy place.
It was a
Oh,
yummy
this is
place.
a
Category's what?
Italy.
What was the category? A person.
Person.
Selfish person.
They're a selfish person.
Here we go again.
Oh,
They're in
They
a
are in a movie about the
Selfish
scoundrel.
I don't know if that voice is like an accessibility voice or not. Oh, nice. Pete.
boom, baby.
Scoundrel. I was about to type. I was about to type Han
Scoundrel.
Solo.
Oh my God.
So just to
Well
check
done.
though, I'm getting good points for getting.
You get points.
You'll get a massive bonus for the
Fuck yeah.
time.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Because you're good at describing.
Congratulations. You have inferred meaning from words arranged in a particular structure.
True.
Sarcasm?
The category is story.
Story.
Minute 45. On us.
Oh.
It's a story about an upbeat talent.
Here we go.
What is that voice?
Rent?
Rent.
Matilda.
Matilda.
And,
upbeat talent. I
Go, Ruby,
forgot
go.
you should be able to do like.
And a vibrant comedy
And
about an
vibrant
upbeat talent.
comedy.
That Barjo stream voice really
yeah,
throws me.
yeah.
Come on, Ruby. It has the same vibe.
It has
as
the same
Rent.
vibe as Rent.
Lupaka.
Oh, really?
Competition.
A sing-songy
It's a
competition.
singy-songy
You have
competition.
a way
It's
with
a,
words.
oh, it's a story. I have no idea. It's a lot like Rent.
It's a lot
What's
like Rent.
What's the?
I think our audience is getting warmer.
Matt Stone, Trey Barker one.
Is it? You know?
Hero vomits up the
vomits up.
It
harmonizing.
bumps up the harmonizing.
I have no idea.
Book of Mormon.
Vomits up the harmonizing.
Yeah. You know.
It's a lot like
It's a lot
Hairspray.
like Hairspray.
What's the cups
Lame
from?
as a rubber.
What a tasty sentence.
They made a movie. Anna Kendrick.
Oh,
Hamilton.
Eventually, there's a sing-song.
Oh, what?
the
Is it?
acapella one.
Yeah.
Singing.
Is it that one?
Yeah, yeah. What's it called?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Guess
Wait, which
how
one?
this thing
Pitch
wraps
Perfect.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
I, didn't think I thought story was like, I'm thinking old-timey stories.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't it just say movie?
I know, right? I think it's to throw you off.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
gotcha.
right.
Oh, mamma mia.
All right.
Good, good. Got there.
Long-winded.
Yeah.
and
It's a lot like Rent.
long-winded.
It has the same vibe as Rent because it was the only musical you guys said.
The hero vomits off
Let's
the
end
harmonies.
this round on
It
a
was the
high.
closest thing I could get
Guessing
to.
a
It's fun.
person.
Josh, you're
Ooh,
up.
tricky. It
Person,
could be
okay.
Categories person.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at chat. Chat's off. Be cool, chat. Be cool.
Chat be cool.
They're a huge.
They're a huge specimen.
Time to begin.
Godzilla.
The BFG.
They are famous for the
They are
morphing.
famous for the morphing.
Oh yeah, Hulk. Good guess.
The morphin.
Power Rangers.
Voltron.
Let's see.
They
How
have
is
the
that not
same vibe as
Voltron?
What?
Yay!
I didn't get a guess
I
it.
actually didn't see Voltron. I'd already selected the previous one.
I spent forever trying to write Jeffrey Bezos.
I wrote
Jeffrey
Transformers,
Jeffrey
and then I was like,
Bezos.
wait, that's not a person.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is Optimus Prime a person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
He's
see
got a
how
soul.
the score
He's a prime.
shook
He's got
out.
the
He's a
All-Star.
prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something.
Just so you
He's the
know,
All-Father.
I calculated all of
He
this
is
by
still first.
hand.
Fuck.
I think
Yeah,
because
because
I
he
guessed
got
a
two
couple.
right.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Buckle
yeah,
up,
yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
You guys
It's
guessed
round
mine,
two.
and then
He's
I
getting
got
points.
The points are double.
Oh, audience are at 700 as well.
Yep, it's
Okay,
happening again. Pick a new prompt.
Ooh. What? It says one of them's easy.
No,
Remember,
I'm
you
not
don't
picking
have
the
to
easy
be an
one.
expert on your
I've
prompt.
said the
You
one
just
that-
need to know the main stuff.
I don't actually know
Like
much about
how
this.
Friends is about a group of...
I picked the really hard one because I think it'd be funny.
Write a sentence to describe your new prompt.
Sorry.
If you really want to fine-tune, tap individual words in your sentence and change them.
I guess. I don't know. This is going to be pretty rough. I apologize in advance. I don't know much about the thing that I picked.
Oh.
Oopsie.
Hopefully you know enough to get us close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I thought I was
It's
going
your
to
turn.
shit.
coming
Okay.
last.
I'm going to try
The
and do
one
as
is
many prompts
aware.
as I
You're
can.
guessing a
Good work. That's how the
place.
game
Categories place.
It's an amazing place.
It's an amazing place.
Off you go.
Oh my god, what?
The crotch.
Oh, Olive Garden.
It's where you journey for the family.
Olive Garden.
Oh, they've got it.
It only knows to say some of the stuff.
It's nothing like Olive Garden.
Oh, he got points for that.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. So much
French
warehouse.
warehouse.
Someone called the Olympics. That was fast.
Oh.
It has the same vibe as Bunnings.
Fuck, what's an American
Oh,
hardware
it's
store?
I know it's called
Kmart.
It's called
Wooden appliance.
This place has a wooden appliance.
Oh, I can picture it. Orange.
Oh.
It's their version of it.
Yeah.
It's fucking called.
It's called.
More specific.
It's more specific than Walmart.
That sentence is full
Walmart.
of syntax.
I have
It's
no idea.
called.
Ah,
well done.
there we
Oh,
go.
nice. You got
Yeah,
it.
I can
Yeah.
see
We
it.
knew what it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
40 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Your prompts
Depot.
were spot on. It was just American.
Yeah.
Pop down to Home Depot, grab yourself a.
Nice.
So much warehouse.
Yeah. So much
And hey,
warehouse.
give yourself
It's
a pat on the
nothing like
front.
Olive Garden.
Oh man, I am.
Story. Time to attend the tale.
Ooh, okay. It's a story about a bad
It's a story about a bad protagonist.
And we're off.
Joker.
Good guess.
Deadpool. Watchmen.
That'll do.
And a thick violence. Fuck.
Oh God, and a thick violence.
I don't know. I can skip that one. Oh wait. Oh okay.
Suicide Squad.
Saw.
Bad Santa.
It's a movie.
I know, it's a great movie.
It's a movie.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
More than thick violence here, Josh.
I guess. Remember, I don't know
An
much
old
about
timey
this.
banquet.
We can all agree we loved that sentence.
What the fuck?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Think.
What?
Very good, buddy. Very good.
The Great Gatsby.
Oh
Very good.
my God.
Those prompts weren't that bad, right? I didn't have much to work with, but I don't know much about that. All I know about is Leo with his bleeding hand. Like that's all I know about that.
That's
movie.
I've never
That's
seen it.
Django.
That's Django Unchained.
Oh
shit, I'm up.
Yeah.
Okay. Place.
It's a multicolored transportation.
And it's a place.
Train.
This is a place, and you wrote transportation. Okay.
Star Citizen train station.
It's where you are introduced to the selling.
America.
America.
Selling.
Japan.
What the fuck?
I got it.
Holy shit! I was looking down being like, I don't know, my clues are terrible.
How did you get
Did you
that?
look at his phone?
No,
that's crazy.
it was multicolored transportation, so I was like,
You did
it's a
good.
place to do with vehicles.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit.
And then where you're introduced to the selling, so I was like, secondhand
Last but
car
not least,
dealership. I didn't
it's
write car
you.
dealership, I wrote
Fucking
secondhand.
crazy.
The category
Wrote
is
used car
place.
lot.
Smashed it, dude.
Peter
Well done.
Place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter Place.
Massive land.
It's a massive land.
Here we go.
Australia.
Disneyland.
China.
Disneyland.
Russia.
It's where you are in a movie about the jungle.
What?
Africa. Amazon.
What?
It
Oh, it
has
doesn't have the same vibe as Russia.
as Russia and Africa.
That was totally a mistake. It definitely has the same vibe as Africa.
Is it a hard one?
It was a harder one, yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I didn't mean to click
Jesus
Africa for
Christ.
Russia.
I've always said Madagascar was the Russia of...
Yeah, it is. It is. The Russia of Africa.
Yeah.
So much anatomy.
What?
I was just trying to think of trivia
Time
game
to
answer.
see where all
You know,
those
like
points point to.
Nice work.
I like to move
Oh,
with
I'm
it. You know.
bad at this
But
Maybe
game.
you got to
winner
get one of
is-
these early ones.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I just.
No time. Peter's the winner.
Oh, is that it?
That's
two
good. That's pretty good.
rounds.
That's pretty good time
Yeah.
as well because we're
Yeah.
5 minutes
We're
shy.
playing.
Shutting.
Yeah.
Play
Shut
again anytime you want.
Where the
That's
used car desk.
interesting.
Own the
I kinda
game.
like that
It's
one.
Free.
Yeah, it's clever.
You're
It's
losing money when
actually-
you don't play it.
Everyone's involved the whole time. It's
Yeah.
cool. Along the coast.
It's just frustrating.
Why?
Because.
Is it frustrating because the music winding us out is just slow, calm jazz? Usually Jackbox games are like, you want to play another round? And this is like, well, everyone, it's getting late. You should probably call it an evening.
What was that called? Blather Round. That was called Blather Round.
That was
That
called Blather
was
Round.
back in Jack.
I'll do this first part. That was back in Jack. A short little one to round us out because we went along talking about the news. We went along talking about all the games we played, and we waited a while for a train as well.
We did.
But it was all
came.
It was all
One
enjoyable.
of them came.
and it did come in the end. But just it was.
I'm sorry, people saying Madagascar isn't big. All I had was a fucking place. A country is big. It's not like it's fucking Home Depot. Of course
That's
it's
true.
big. It's
That's
a
true.
country-sized place.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, but if the movie made
Also,
it look so tiny.
yeah, it had to be big. There's so many animals in it.
It's so tiny in the game Pandemic.
It's all about perspective.
It's all perspective.
Of course
people.
it's a small island, but it's a big place.
Anyway, more of this.
It's bigger than this studio.
It's bigger than a Home Depot. That was back in Jack, and that brings us to the end of tonight's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with us on this Thursday
It's a
evening.
movie.
Coming up next is the post show. If you thought this was loose, wait till you come and join us on the post show. And the post show, as always, is brought to us by BMAC. Thank you so much for sponsoring the segment. BMAC, one of our beloved patrons at the sponsor tier, whatever that one is. And when we have a segment sponsored by BMAC, we play a little game. And that game is we head over to the website that BMAC runs called tldrmoviereviews.com. You can go there for reviews of movies, of games, and of... You going to stick around for the post show? You going to stick around for the post show?
That's a lot of pressure to put on someone on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the time.
BMAC
I got Star Citizen to play.
Reviews things and also gives you a little TLDR at the top. So I'm going to read a TLDR of a film, and you guys are going to have a quick guess and tell me what you think the film is. We've been nailing the guesses in the last game, so I expect good things from you guys now.
Okay.
The TLDR is, it is as good as its marketing campaign. No, that was pure genius, but it is still pretty damn good and a fun film to watch, though so not for the kids.
Oppenheimer.
It is not Oppenheimer.
Barbie.
It is not Barbie.
Barbie is for the kids.
It's as good as its marketing campaign. You know, no, that was pure genius. I think they're saying, no, actually, the marketing campaign
was better
pure
than
genius.
Yeah.
Still pretty darn good and a fun film to watch, though it is so not for kids.
Is it the Deadpool Wolverine?
I'll give points to Ruby on that one. It's the first Deadpool.
First Deadpool.
Thought I'd just pick it as appropriate. Everyone's talking about that Deadpool Wolverine movie.
I don't remember the marketing being out of this world for the
I think they're
first
talking
one.
about the fact that it was that short film that they made. It was basically a proof of concept. Wink, wink.
Leaked it.
There you go.
Yeah,
Certain
okay.
witty Canadian who's on all those classic films.
My aviation gin.
Me. That is the post show coming up next, so please head on over there if you're of the gold tier and above. If you're not, you could sign up for that and you'd be over there just in time to catch up with us.
You'll see pictures of clouds over the ocean. That's our promise.
We're finally
going to
get on the train as well. We'll get on the train in the post.
Hopefully,
no way.
Is it still running?
We don't have to.
It's not still running. Well, we can't promise that. But what we can
Is the train still running?
is the train still running?
No, I will 100% get it working for a Monday stream at some point.
Just the train.
I just want to...
just the train.
You know, and I feel like it's not fair to shout out typos in chat, but it is always amusing to me when lose and loose are mixed, and Liz wrote... I will loose my shit if anyone spoils the new movie rather than lose my shit. Lose my shit would imply get angry. Loose my shit would imply releasing your bowels.
I shall release my bowels. It's a good reaction to have, though, if someone does spoil things for you.
Shut up, Nick.
But yeah, you'll need to be the gold tier and above on the Patreon, but you will also get access to other things if you're that tier. You'll get access to the post show, but also to the extended playbacks when they drop every fortnight, and you'll also get access to the bonus episodes of the podcast that Ruby runs, and the podcast of Pocket Buds coming out every week. Ruby, tell us what's coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we've got a little old episode called Goodbye Kotaku Australia, where I'm talking to my old editor, the former managing editor of Kotaku Australia, my former work dad, David Smith, and we'll be talking about Kotaku and how it was when we were there and how it all came crumbling down. And it's a really good episode. You know, it's kind of like a nice goodbye to the website, and also talk a little bit of shit.
Good. People want gossip. People
stay
want...
within the legal means, but talk a little bit of shit.
Have we had a lawyer listen to that?
No.
I scrubbed it at 1.25 speed, so I'm sure it's fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine.
But there's also a bonus show.
And there's also a bonus episode where we'll be playing a podcast activity called Chat. Is this real? And it's where I offer up David a myriad of very horny, very clickbaity Kotaku headlines, and he has to determine whether or not they are real or
in
ones
that they were published on Kotaku.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah.
The answer might just surprise you.
It might.
Yeah. It's
considering you wrote them. So,
and it may also arouse you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to lock the horny content behind the paywall. Good work, Ruby.
That's the way to do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, people keep asking me for content, so I've got some for you.
I will get my feet out in the post show.
Yeah,
there you go. Speaking of Ruby
it's not the first time
content,
he's done that.
You're also streaming on Monday.
Yes, it is true. I am streaming on Monday.
Are you trying this out for it?
Yeah, it's my practice.
Oh, roleplay.
It's my practice.
Oh.
On Monday, it is true. Oui.
There we go.
I will be.
Because you just went Russian before.
They sound. I will be streaming.
Streaming week?
A game, how you say, it's called Conscript.
How you say,
and it is set in World War I in en français. And I will be doing the entire stream in, how you say, a French accent.
It's gonna last
How
15
do you
minutes.
say a French accent?
A French accent.
Did they run away from that one too, or just the second one?
No, all wars, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
all of them.
Why do you think I have this outrageous accent?
Yeah.
You're gonna be playing, which is developed by one developer.
In Melbourne.
Who's based in Melbourne. Yeah, so
Yeah.
keen to see what that's
And
like.
even that didn't stop
It
them.
will be magnifique.
Magnifique.
Oui, oui.
Good stuff. So that'll be on Monday afternoon on this same Twitch channel. So check out that to see another stream there from Ruby.
Oh, David's in the chat. Hello, yes,
Hey,
I love
David.
recording Pocket
David.
Buzz. Thank you, Ruby.
How you
Mwah.
doing?
Love you, David. Thank you so much. It's up tomorrow.
And Barjo's in the chat. Wee
Hey,
wee
Barjo.
poo poo.
Which
Thank you,
I
Barjo.
take it
Barjo.
means
Wee wee poo poo to you
the
too.
sponsored stream is over, so
Oh,
we can't
yeah.
raid Barjo or
No, we
Hex,
can't.
but I
We'll
hope
have to
you
find someone
I
else,
hope
yeah.
you're multi-streaming the whole time.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
nice.
Brilliant. That is our show for the week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, thank you to everyone, as we said before, who supports the show over on Patreon. You can head over to backpocket.gg and you'll see links to everything, including our Patreon, and you can get over there and support the show. And it would be really, really helpful because it's how we keep the lights on and keep the wheels turning here at Backpocket Studios, Loki Studios, but I'm renaming it.
I think I've done this bit before, but this is what the show looks like without you.
Kind of moody and a bit sexier. Ooh. If you'd like to turn those lights back on, we need your support, so head over to Patreon right now. You'll get all those bonuses and perks and things we talked about before as well, so it's worth doing, especially the merch, as we mentioned as well. It is the last chance to get in on this round of merch, the Slady's t-shirt, so maybe consider signing into that one for 3 months to get the merch. As well, there's links to our socials. You can head across and follow us at Backpocket Vids and everything, and please head over to Backpocket Bits on YouTube, which is our highlights channel. It's also Backpocket Highlights if you just want to look that up. That is where we are doing shorter cut-down versions of heaps of our things, like our chats about specific games. We're also doing little highlight montages of some of our favorite segments. We're going to be doing little highlight cuts of guests that we have on. So if you find the whole 3-hour VOD a little bit too intense to watch, and you'd prefer something a little more digestible, maybe in the car, or maybe like just on your lunch break, please go subscribe to, holy moly, that looks, we are blacklighting now. Please head over there and subscribe to that channel. That's where the playbacks also go up now. They do not happen on the main channel. They go up on that channel, so please subscribe. We really want those numbers to go up and get that channel to grow and push the whole Back Pocket out to a bigger audience as well. That's pretty much all the call to actions I think we have. We will be back next week. Same show, different guests, and hopefully the same audience if you want to join us for that one too. Guys, does anyone else have anything to shout, plug, or talk about before we finish?
Au revoir, au revoir. Je m'appelle Ruby. J'adore, j'adore.
If you want more of that, tune in on Monday. Josh, thank you for joining us down here. We'll get on that.
It was so much fun.
It was a joy. Is Josh upstairs? Want to say anything?
He's also leaving.
He's coming down.
Looks like he's leaving as well.
Au revoir, Josh.
All right.
And Peter. Hi. That's the show, everyone. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.